What's up, guys? Welcome to Two Brothers Comics. It's a little impromptu Friday night live stream. I just went and saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles original movie from 1990 in theaters. I thought, man, I gotta come back. I gotta get on here. I gotta get some turtle folks in here, and we gotta talk about the turtle movies. So if you're interested in all that, stay tuned. All right. Hope everybody is having a good Friday night. It is time to get the weekend started finally. Man, it's been a long week. That is an understatement. Understatement. Sorry, I'm trying to get a few things situated here on the old desk. So, hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend. Let's see who's hanging out in the chat. Let's see here. We got, as always, Cowabunga Bros. Ruben, what's going on, brother? Throwing all the emojis, which he has access to for being a member here at Two Brothers Comics. Again, brother, we appreciate that. Austin LeMay, another Golden Age tier member here at Two Brothers Comics. What's going on, brother? Flash6792, what's up, man? Good to see you hanging out. Good to see you. B. Ramey, what's up, brother? Mountain Peak, what's going on? How about it? Still has all the Tmnt moody. Yeah, a little bit. I decided literally, I set this stream up. The movie was like maybe 20-30 minutes in, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah. I'll show that off too. Yeah, man, that was not happy about that. Right. Friggin' eBay. Who brought the pizza? I don't know. I would literally love to have some pizza right now, man. We ate dinner today at like 4 o'clock, and it's now 10 o'clock. So I'm kind of starving right now. Kind of hungry right now. So yeah. So let a few more people get in here. While we're waiting, though, ICT Vinny brought up an eBay purchase that came in today. A little mail call that came in, and the only thing shown here is my address. So but yeah, got a little mail call in today in a Amazon bag. Bought this from eBay. So oh, right on, dude. That sounds pretty good. Man. Smash one for me. So yeah, I've already opened this, like I said. Now this is a comic book inside. I couldn't quite remember what I bought whenever I was opening it. And then when I opened it, I was like, oh, that's what it was. So I opened it up, and I literally put it back in here just like I opened it. Okay. So this is what I got here. Yeah. So we have trash inside the bag, just trash, Amazon receipts from whatever they purchased when they got their stuff shipped in this Amazon bag here. Didn't even bother. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, and this was what was supposed to protect the book. This is literally how it came. I did not untape it. There was no tape. This is it. One measly, trash piece of cardboard here. Nothing on the back. Just garbage. And that's their protection plan. Now, I'll actually look in a second to see how much I paid for this. Now, that's not even the best part, guys. The kicker here. You ready? Here's the kicker. Look at this. Not even a bag and board, bro. Not even you. Sorry dog. You couldn't even put the book in a daggone bag and board. You lazy, sorry dog. Whoever you are. Let's see. I'm gonna look and just see like how much this costs, which really is not even a factor. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, if you're gonna sell comic books, ship them correctly. Know how to ship them correctly. And this person absolutely didn't. Let's see. Purchases. Yeah, so this was a $10 book here. $10 book. Spike 692 on eBay. Spike 692 on eBay is who the seller was on this book here. Not only that, but the book got trashed. I mean, you see that? Book got trashed. I mean, busted all up there on the sides, man. So, yeah, that was the unboxing from today. And yeah. But 100% positive feedback. Now it looks like this person sells all kinds of stuff, but they have sold comic books and stuff like that before too. So I don't know. Instead of leaving some negative feedback, I think I'm gonna just actually send them a personal message and let them know that this is okay. You've got a Huckleberry Finn book on here. All right. $225. If they ship me a $225 Huckleberry Finn from 1894 in that garbage, oh, we are having issues. So I'm going to just probably send them a message and be like, hey, I bought this comic book from you. This is how you shipped it to me. This is 100% unacceptable. Instead of giving you the negative feedback, I'm going to reach out to you and try to help you so that you don't do this to someone else. And hopefully that's the right thing to do. And hopefully this person does not do this again to someone. So we will see. But yeah, it's just the TMNT Secrets of the Ooze movie adaptation. I've got the first movie back there, and that thing is fresh, minty looking. And so I wanted to have number 2, and then I'll eventually get number 3. Yeah, I mean, it's a good reader copy, and so I'll read through it. And if I decide I want to get a better copy later, I will. Tell you what we are going to do, though. We're going to do one of these. Whoa, no, we're not. Okay. No, we're not. Going to have to get a Silver Age bag for that one. Silver Age bag and board on that one there. So, did anybody else get to go and check out the TMNT movie? First time in I don't know if it's been re-released in theaters in the last 30 years, but for the 30th anniversary, this is what they wanted to do. And of course, this was planned to be much, much bigger than it actually ended up being. But, the coup happened, and what are we going to do? I think there was probably 12 people total in the theater. And I'll say this, it was cool because, and I don't go to the movies all that often, but, I am one of those people that when I go to the movie theater and I'm paying to see a movie, shut up while we're watching the movie. Like, I understand if something's funny, yeah, absolutely laugh. If something's sad and you want to cry, if something's scary and you want to yell, that's fine. Don't sit and have a conversation, all right, with the person next to you. If you can't shut your trap for 2 hours to watch this movie, well, having to talk about what you just saw on Facebook or what you had for lunch yesterday, don't go to the movie theater in public with other people who might want to enjoy what they're watching. So I am that person. All right. But however, this being a movie that's been out for 30 years and loved and enjoyed by so many of us so many times, I enjoyed the experience that we had while we were there. Everybody was pretty much doing the same thing, quoting the movie as it's happening, just cracking up at different parts of it. And then, kind of having like a little small conversation, with the person next to them about, what happened there. Or, oh, I remember that when I was a kid, that kind of thing. That was, I was doing the same thing with my wife, and it was cool. There was very few of us in there. And regardless, I would definitely still have been okay with it just because of what it was. It's not something literally my wife's like, So you just quote in every line of the movie. I'm like, babe, if you knew how many times I've seen this movie, I mean, like, if it comes on, I'm watching it. You know, number one, and then there's all the times that you just are sitting around. You're like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna watch the turtle movie today. And then you watch the first one, that spawns into watching the second one, and then you skip the third one, maybe watch the first one again. I don't know. But yeah, you know, like I said, most of the time I ain't for it, but today for that, I enjoyed that experience of knowing that there's so many other people in there, however many it was, you know, and they're doing the same thing I am. They're having that same joy is happening with them, and they're quoting the same lines and laughing at the same parts, and it's like all the little things that happen that we all love, you know, in being able to experience that live with other people. It was just really cool. It was really cool. It was definitely really cool. Did you throw some popcorn their way? Today I didn't, because like I said, you know, I was good with it today, but I've never thrown popcorn at people, but I have started a dispute with people. I have went about it the nice way, and then went about it right after that the extremely not nice way. I have been asked to leave movie theaters, so yeah, I'm that guy. Sorry. What's that they say? Kids say nowadays, sorry, not sorry. So, but yeah, I'll tell you what, the movie holds up. I mean, the movie holds up. I literally probably just watched it like 2 months ago with my kids, so it hasn't been that long. But I mean, yeah, that's one of those films. Like it definitely holds up. It's so good. I think there's some soap still in my bottle here. I don't know. There's supposed to be suds when you pour water in a bottle. Doesn't taste soapy. Maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay. Steve, what's up, man? What you doing up, brother? Jump on here, man. Jump on in here. Shoot me a message. I was gonna see if who all jumped in on the chat. I'm totally open to having a few people on and talk these turtle movies for like an hour, man. I'm talking. I mean, just in general. And if anybody wants to jump on, just hit me up. I'm definitely any of you guys in the chat. But yeah, the movie holds up for sure. It was the first time I've ever seen it, you know, obviously in theaters. I was born in '89. It came out in 1990. So my wife had never seen it before. Try going to midnight showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's quite an experience. Oh, wow. Right on. Right on. Okay. I've literally never seen that movie, Dan. Never seen that. Never seen that. About to put the kid to sleep. Okay. I'll do it. I will do it. Perry, what's up, brother? Mr. Movie Man. Just got back from seeing the 30-year anniversary big screen showing of the first TMNT movie, man. It was awesome. Man, there's just so many good parts in that first movie that just give you that feeling like a kid again, get you excited. It's just a nonstop thing. It's awesome. And you know, there's a lot of movies and things you watch as a kid, and you go back and watch them later now, and you're like, oh, I should have never done that. I should have just let that picture. I should have let that picture just kind of hold fast. If you want to get on and talk about it, man, let me know. I can shoot you the link, Perry. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can. How do I do this? Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. Bear with me, fellas. Bear with me. But yeah, when we walked in, you know, when we walked in the theater, man, it was wide open, empty. I think we were the only ones getting popcorn and stuff when we walked in. And it honestly, it looked like the only people that were there to actually see anything was the turtle movie, and there was other stuff showing. I did see a poster for the new Ghostbusters. I didn't know there was a new Ghostbusters coming out. I think they preferred that I did, but no. I'm eating popcorn. I'm drinking, ices with the kid. Like, nah. The only people within like 20 feet of me was my wife and kids. So I wasn't too worried about it. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I've never seen Ghostbusters, any of them. Actually, I have seen one, and if I tell you which one I've seen, I think that may make you think less of me than me telling you I've never seen any of them. Because I've only seen the girl one, didn't like it, but that's the only one I've ever seen. I'm sorry. I know I am I'm a bad nerd, but yep. You're right. It is. I don't know, man. I've just never seen it. It's not that I have anything against it or don't want to see it. Maybe I'll watch it soon and let you guys know what I think about it. But never seen it. There come the chat. There it comes. Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that, dude. I'm down with that, Perry. No doubt. I could do that for sure, man. Maybe we could yeah. Try to figure out some way to do it together. That'd be cool, bro. I'd be down for that. Yeah, I'm so it looks like we got let's see. Okay, so Steve said he might jump in. All right, cool. Austin, I don't know if you want to jump in or not, man. Let me know. Legion, any of you guys. I'm getting kind of tired of doing these live streams by myself. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just sitting here talking. And of course, I'm talking to you guys, but kind of been just out here all alone. Supposed to be Two Brothers Comics. There's been one dude out here for like a month, it feels like. I don't know. I'm just kidding. They'll be back. Someone said here, let's see. I need to go watch Ghostbusters ASAP. Can't see where it's at. Yeah, so much nostalgia. With that first movie, absolutely, man, absolutely. There's so many different things in there, and I'm telling you, every time I watch it, I catch like a little more here, and like I catch another little thing there. Like today when I watched it, I swear I'm gonna go back and try to find like do the freeze frame thing. But I'm pretty sure Dan. Well, it's Dan now, Dad. It's just Dan. Dan. I'm pretty sure when he's sitting in, I don't know. Is he in April? Yeah, I guess when him and his dad are at April's house that morning, and he's sitting there with the headphones on. I'm pretty sure he's reading a Mirage Studios Turtle book. I'm not quite sure. It might not be, but it looked like an oversized comic book, and it was definitely black and white. So that just made me think maybe it is, because I know Kevin and Peter were known to do little things like that in the comic books. I know in issue number 5, maybe it was number 5 or number 6. I can't remember what issue it was, but they literally put a billboard in the city while the turtles are running across the rooftops or something, and it's an advertisement for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, that was cool. And then I believe in issue number, it was Raphael number 1. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird are actually in the book. There's a panel there where April's getting robbed, just like in the movie, and the characters that are actually in the alley robbing her, that's actually Kevin and Peter. They drew themselves in there, so they've done stuff like that before. So that was the first time I picked up on that. And like I said, I could be 100% wrong. I could just be making that I could be making that up in my head because that's what I wanted it to be. But yeah, there's so many different things. Like, you pick up on the fact that the logo dawned on the Foot Clan's headbands. It's not the foot, it's Shredder's crest or something. I think Splinter refers to it as his symbol, but it's not actually the foot there. So I think the guy who plays Raphael was the same guy in the cab that says, "What the hell is that?" Oh, okay, right on. I didn't know that, man. I did not know that. Casey Jones began my obsession with Elias Koteas. Man, I'm telling you, there's literally I love Casey Jones. Like, he is literally my second favorite character in the series after Raph. But I don't ever think I could love another person playing that character. Stephen Amell, I thought, was trash for that character. I just don't think that Stephen Amell, he doesn't have that sleaziness to him that Elias did, and I think Elias literally just embodied what that character was, and he was literally the person that needed to play Casey Jones in that movie. So I would just, I don't know, if Elias can't play, like, we need to find a way to freeze that man in time. And if they do another movie and they want to bring Casey Jones in, they got to do him. I am seriously dying for a quarter scale Casey Jones NECA figure to put next to my Raph in disguise here. Like, if that doesn't happen, NECA, then you have failed. All right, you have failed. I'm also waiting for the NECA TMNT movie a garbage truck. All right, I need a NECA garbage truck, okay, so that I can have Casey Jones, whoopsie, and crushing Shredder in the back of it, man. I told my wife when that part happened, I was like, I wonder if NECA's gonna do a trash truck, and she started laughing. I was like, no, seriously. Oh man, I'll tell you what, like, there's some other movie NECA figures that I would like to see, even if it's just the 6 scale, that would be cool to see, like Tatsu, Shredder's like right hand man. I think he would be a cool character to have, a 6 scale NECA figure from. I would buy that. I actually saw 3 2-packs of the Foot Soldiers today, but I am so broke I couldn't even buy one of them. But I'd love to buy like 10 of those, 5 of the 2-packs, and have do like the army build, I guess people call it. I think that would be pretty cool. That'd be cool. Oh, let's see here. 2 minutes out. Got you. Think about it. Committed suicide with that garbage truck. Yeah. Ghostbusters started my session with Rick Moranis. Okay, right on. I'll tell you what, one of my favorite parts of that movie was, and I remember as a kid, every time I saw it, I was like, man, I would love to go to this place. Is the Foot's Hangout, where all the kids are in there, like, they've got the music kicking, and the kids are running around and they're skateboarding, they're playing cards. You got like a 10-year-old kid in there smoking a big old fat stogie. They're playing guitar, tagging everything with spray paint. And as a kid watching that, I'm like, that looks like it is so much fun. And every time I see it as an adult, I'm like, that looks like it would be so much fun. I mean, it still is somewhere I would just think would be so cool to hang out for a while. I love that scene of the movie. It's definitely one of my favorite scenes, when they first introduced that area where the Foot Soldiers are hanging out. And they basically turn it into like a nightclub for the teenagers. It's a place to basically, it's like in incentive for them to come and be a part of the Foot. So they're just antagonizing these kids with no adults, no rules. You can come smoke, you can come drink, menthol or regular. Dude's handing out cigarettes. Like, you could never get away with that nowadays in a movie either. You could never get away with that, man. That would just not be able to be done in a movie nowadays. And that was just something that, I mean, I don't know. It's just so, It just seems like it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but when you think about it, it's like, man, that was like that's like a whole lifetime ago, man. The end of the 80s and the beginning of the 90s, whenever, you know, stuff like that was looked at like it's just a regular everything thing, like no big deal, you know, that a movie would have like, you know, young kids. Excuse me. Young kids like that in there smoking cigars and drinking or whatever, like, but now, you know, oh man, they would be raked over the coals and pulled out and thrown back in the fire over it. So you do get some stuff in there that you're not going to get anymore. Like there's stuff in there that's not going to be done ever again. And I love the correlation between that movie and the original Mirage comic books to an extent. It followed issue number 1. It followed a lot of Raphael issue number 1 from the micro series. It followed some small parts of issue number 3 as well, with the Foot Clan coming in and capturing Splinter. You know, that was actually the Mousers in issue number 3, where they came and captured Splinter, and they didn't take him back to Shredder because Shredder was dead, and he didn't come back until issue 10 because they weren't planning on doing past issue 1. So there was some aspects from issue 3 in there with the capturing of Splinter and them not knowing where he was at, and turns out he was at TCRI. Which, you know, spawned in them going to look for him, and then they end up getting teleported to another planet, and then they end up fighting with the Triceratons, and it just goes like way science fiction-y. But they didn't add any of that into this movie, and I'm really glad they didn't. Not because it wasn't fun to read and good comic book stuff, but I think that would have taken away from the longevity that this movie has had, and it would have probably limited the audience a little bit more, because this movie, I think, is something that, like, whether you're a fan of comic books, whether you're a fan of the cartoons, the video games, the toys, you got small kids, whatever, like, this movie is something that can be enjoyed by everybody. And I think, you know, if you start throwing 7-8 foot triceratops that stand on their, you know, back legs and shoot missiles and lasers at each other, that might turn some people off and make them not really want to go see it. So it kind of kept the more serious and outside of the fact that we've got 6'5" turtles running around, more down to earth, real life touch to it. So
what's up, dude?
what's going on, man? What is going on? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing well. How are you doing, brother?
I am doing awesome, man. Doing awesome.
How was the movie?
Oh, it was great. It was great. Just like every time.
It holds up well, dude. It really does.
Yeah, for sure. Austin, check out fathomevents.com, bro, and you can see if there is going to be a screening near you. But tomorrow is the last day, so check it out, man, and that way you'll know. I dropped the stuff on Instagram last week, so check it out. Oh, we got one more. It ain't even Thursday night.
What's up, man? How's it going, man?
Not much. Just hanging out.
Is that a Pokemon shirt?
It is.
Dude.
Oh, I ain't mad at you, dude. We have been like, me and my kids been watching the cartoon. Last weekend, he got I put a TV in his room, and I was flipping through Amazon Prime or Netflix or something, trying to find something for him to watch. Well, you know, they redid the original movie and like did like this all CGI thing with it now. Well, he saw that, so he watched it, and then he was like nuts about it. So he's been watching the TV show. So I've been watching that with him, and then I downloaded a Game Boy emulator and downloaded the original Game Boy game. Been playing that on my phone.
Which one are you playing right now? The gold, silver, or
red?
The red. Oh, the red was a really good one.
Yeah. And then I think next Saturday for our Saturday Night Babble-on, I talked to Justin, and it looks like we're ranking top 10 Pokemon. So see how that goes. We will see how that goes.
Nice.
So how was it seeing the movie in theaters as an adult?
It was awesome, man. That's the first time I've seen a movie in theaters ever.
Oh, really? Ever?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, because It came out when pretty much after you were born. You were 1.
I was 1.
My mom took me apparently when I was 2. And she said
I was
loved
6. I was 6, so my dad took me.
How old are you, Panda? I thought you were my age or younger, bro.
No, I'm 35.
Ooh, y'all are some old folks out here, man. You guys are old.
I know.
Wait, hold on. You and I are the same age right now.
I thought you
Right?
said you were 34.
I turned 33 on Thursday. So right now I'm 32.
Oh, okay. I turned 31 this past Sunday.
Oh, I thought you turned 32.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, no, you're right. I'm old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vinny says we make him feel old.
You know what's really funny is that Vinny's older than all of us.
I was going to say, I thought he was like 45.
This
Is he?
cannot be true. I do not believe this.
I know, exactly. Every time I see Austin, I can't believe that his oldest is like, what, 21, I think?
See? There you go. 46.
This is for real. He's really this old?
Yeah, he's, I think, 41. He'll be 42.
No way. I thought
13 plus
Austin was like our
30.
age. I thought Austin was
43,
like
yeah.
between me and Nick's age. Wow. Well,
Dude,
that
I thought
dude's
Austin was
aged like
20.
plastic flowers, man. I don't know what fountain of youth he's drinking from.
I know, right?
That's
For real. I really thought Austin was in his 20s.
Yeah.
He was
Like,
great,
every time-
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep drinking whatever you drink. It's some Spawn books, man. Must be reading Spawn, keeping him young.
That's it. That is it.
Oh man.
But,
yeah, Vinny's 46. You see that?
Oh, wow.
He is. Wow.
Hey, Tom, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Make sure you come back, brother, and check us out. We do this all the time, man. So it was good to see you. Good to speak with you, brother. I hear you. I hear you. We ride our bikes out to the Jack Daniel's distillery and what is it, bottling plant, I guess you'd call it. We've done that a couple times. So
Yeah, but you can't drink there, can you? I thought it was a dry county.
maybe we didn't go to the right one then. The one we went to, they were handing out shots. I mean, they do that in Nashville too. They've got like a moonshine tasting facility, and you can go in there and you get 10 shots, and it just gets worse as it goes on. So you're thinking 10 shots, and by the time you leave and you just hit that 150 or 190 proof, and you're ready to just, you walk out of there, and then you smell all the food around, so you're just ready to eat everything, and the only thing you want's a corn dog, and they don't sell those anywhere.
Wow.
Oh man, that's when you know you're drunk, is when you want a corn dog.
So the TMNT movie, man, what do you guys think, like, your favorite quote? What would you say your favorite line in the movie was?
I know mine right off the bat.
All right.
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds. And then the line after that.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Yep.
That's my favorite line, bar none.
I gotta get a different route. I thought it delivered to everywhere by now.
I think the one that I like the most is the one that really got me into like cuss words, was when Raph yelled out the word "damn."
Oh yeah,
Casey.
I was 6 years old when that happened. I was like, "Oh, they do it in movies?" Like,
They said "damn."
Yeah.
My wife said that when we got in the car. She was like, they said "damn" a lot. I was like, well, they said it a lot in the comic books too. I was like, you have to remember, babe, this is not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon characters here. I was like, they pulled aspects from that. I was like, but they were trying to make this more of an adult movie. They were trying to reach a broad audience here. So
did you guys watch the Toys That Made Us documentary on it?
Oh yeah.
About how, like, when they made that first movie, they walked out like, holy cow, what did we do? Because they said it was way too adult. And then it made all this money. But Kevin Eastman, like at the con I went to 2 years ago, he said that after the first movie, they made the second movie make it so where they're not really using their weapons. So like that's why he throws his swords into the ceiling and then he holds onto them and kicks people. And they use a nunchuck sausages and yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You don't ever see them use their weapons on people or anything.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my wife too. You know, in the comic, I mean, crap. At the end of the first comic book, I mean, all the turtles are cut up and bleeding, and
Yep.
just and that doesn't happen in anywhere else. I think my favorite. I've got several favorites. You know, I could go with the easy ones with the Casey Jones and the Raph, but one that gets me every time is after the Foot Clan, you know, Raph and Leo get into it, and Raph's on the roof, and the Foot Clan comes in, and they bust through the floor, and the one guy walks up, and he says, and Mikey walks up, ha, a fellow chucker, eh? I love that, man. I love that.
Should I do it? Should I do it? What I did the other day?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You'll see this. Just wait for it.
You guys are not ready.
Oh, I can absolutely assure you nobody's ready.
Oh my gosh, I'm just waiting for him to catch a nut shot.
That's what I said yesterday. See, it looked like he was close to hitting his nuts right there.
Rubber nunchucks.
Right on. My kid's got some of those. This is a good one too, Dan. This is a good one too. Going through was Casey Jones gave her a shoulder rub, right? That was pretty intense. Yeah. He just she's like, he's like, sit down. Like,
yes.
When I watched that today, I was like, oh my God, could you imagine if that happened in a movie oh my God, they would murder that.
They'd be all over it.
They would be, I mean, but she loved it.
Yeah. Casey Jones was absolutely my favorite inside the movie. Like, his demeanor, the way, like how sleazy the dude was. Like, I loved Casey Jones.
You just talking about the sleaziness of him.
Oh, really?
That's why I hate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that's why I did not like. I literally hated Stephen Amell as Casey Jones. It just did not work in any shape or fashion for me because he just doesn't have that about him. He's too nice. He's too clean cut. It's just like, no. You can't be that guy, dude. Okay. You can't be the guy sitting on the porch swing trying to figure out what pet word this girl wants you to call her while you're eating an apple, and then just hits the floor. Boom. You know, he just got that, Elias has that grit about him that made him perfect. It was just too good.
And the way that he was dressed with the sweats and just that like jean
old classic Reeboks.
Yes. And just to me, when like it made me laugh like every time I see it. But when he's talking to what's Shredder's secondhand man again? Tatsu, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, huh.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my God.
Like, a little shot I really clear that up for you. He's like telling him like, you don't want to do that again. Like, he hits him again. He's like, I'm really thinking that there's some kind of a communication barrier here.
Right.
And then he hits him with that golf club. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I love that movie.
Yeah. I like whenever it's towards the end of the movie and the foot soldiers start trying to run up the ladder and he gets all excited. Ooh, leftovers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was my wife's first time ever watching the movie, so that was exciting, and she liked it, so that was cool. She liked it, and she understood a few of the references that I've made in the past that kind of came up there, and she was like, oh, okay. But literally the whole time that we're watching it, like, I'm sitting there like, all right, so yeah, in the comic books, what they did was, this happened here, but then also they did this a little different, and then but this was the same here, and then this was from this one. They actually pulled from another one for this, and then she just like, shut up. Yes, that was awesome.
In my opinion, the next movie will not be good if it's CGI again. They need to do the suits again. They need to make it real life looking with the suits.
Imagine how good animatronics could be now.
Yes.
Right. Could you imagine if Jim Henson was still alive? Like, could you imagine his studio just working its magic in this? Oh my God. Like,
yeah. Because the CGI is just
magician.
Mm-hmm. And the CGI is just, it's lazy.
Yeah.
It's got its place and sometimes looks good, but I mean, I don't absolutely just hate those turtle movies, but if you were gonna ask me on any given day which one I wanted to watch, I would pick Turtles in Time before I would pick those two probably.
Yeah.
You know, I like the one with Bebop and Rocksteady. I thought Seamus and what's his name did a pretty good job with those characters.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a fan of the Shredder. Again, I wasn't a fan of Stephen Amell. I don't know. I don't like the turtle costumes either. Like, why are they wearing almost like pants and stuff? Like, come on, dude. The design on the turtles just was way too busy for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
why does Leo have that cab driver stuff in his front? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
The beads and stuff like that. No reason.
And then they started putting Donatello with these big old huge glasses, like because he's the tech guy, he's got to have glasses too. Like generalizing much,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But you guys, I don't know if you guys heard. Yeah, agree, Austin. The actual guys who did this movie, I can't remember their names, but they did a live stream on that old Turtle Den's YouTube channel last weekend, where they were actually talking about the 30th anniversary and all of that stuff. They were supposed to be selling like printings of the original script in a book, and it never hit their website as far as I could tell. But that would have been cool to have, the actual script from the original movie.
Yeah.
But they have like tried multiple times and are still very much so wanting to pursue doing a sequel to issue. Totally a comic head now, huh? A sequel to the first movie. And you say, well, they did TMNT #2, but they're like, no. Like that didn't really pick up. Like we want to pick up where the first one left off and stay in that realm and do another movie with that same style, the same flavor, and really go through what happened next.
So they have to use like late 80s, early 90s, everything.
Yeah.
I think that would be so awesome.
I'd be down with that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I was worried because they said that they upscaled the film and that they improved the audio and stuff. So I was kind of like, oh man, I hope that this like upscaling they did doesn't like change the effect of the movie. And it didn't at all. It really didn't at all. I couldn't even tell that it was upscaled at all. And I was like, all right, cool. Like this
still holds up.
Yeah, some stuff still has to look like you're watching it in a VCR.
Yeah, right. Man,
for all you youngins out there, you don't know what a VCR is, you go ask your grandpa.
Dude, it's really funny though because back in the day, my parents used to have this big old blue GMC van, and in the middle console, facing towards the back, we had a small 10-inch TV that had a VCR. And I swear to God, I wore the crap out of TMNT 1 and Terminator 2 Judgment Day in that VCR, taking trips everywhere we would go and stuff like that. Like, I remember so vividly going to Florida in that trip and watching TMNT 1 at least 6 times. Like, dude.
I wore out the TMNT musical coming out of their shells DVD. Yeah. My favorite part of not DVD, VHS, obviously. My favorite part of the whole thing was the making of it, where they're trying to like make the kids believe that these turtles are real, and they're playing like on top of Radio City Music Hall without like their costumes, without all their jackets and whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I wore that out for sure.
MC Mikey.
Is that from the new movie?
I'm not following that one. All right, yeah, coming your way, bro. Now I see
the comic book from last week. He might be talking to comic book from last week.
Oh, okay.
Talk about Last Ronin?
Yeah. He might be talking Last Ronin. I don't know.
What is MC?
A Last Ronin movie would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be really freaking cool.
Mhm.
I'd really like to see the rest of this book before we get that movie, though.
True.
So they've actually talked about trying to do part 2 as well. They were actually planning originally they were going to do it like a month after they did this showing, but this showing got pushed way back, and then they weren't able to get many theaters on board to show it. So I think they're going to wait, but they do plan on doing a re-release in the theaters of number 2 as well. Which
Cool.
I don't know. What do you guys think about number 2? Some people bag on it, but I mean, if you separate it from the first film and just look at it individually for what it is, I always love it.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought the opening scene was one of the best opening scenes.
Yeah.
Them jumping into that and then fighting and being all goofy. I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it because it had Kino.
Yeah, and he played
one of my favorite people just because I found out that he was Filipino, and I was like, "Oh, there's me. That could be me." You know?
And you know he played like Donatello under the suit in number 1.
In the first one.
I couldn't remember if it was Donatello or Mikey, or I think it was Donatello.
Yeah, it was Donatello. It's Ernie Reyes Jr. and his dad was actually doing some of the choreography for the fight scenes in the first movie. So that's how actually he got into Donatello suit, was because his dad was part of the choreography.
Okay, right on.
Nice.
Yeah, he was at the Huntsville ComiKon when we were there.
He's a short dude, right?
Yeah, I wanted to get some time with him, but we ran out of time waiting on friggin' Chris Claremont. He screwed our whole day up. So I didn't get to even talk to him, but I wanted to, because he was such, being one of the turtles in number 1 and then having the part he did in number 2, he had a big part there. He seemed like he was really cool, and it was kind of breaking my heart because I don't think I saw one person go to his booth while I was there, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Do you not know who this is?
Dang.
So
love your shirt, Austin.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Yeah, Cobra.
Nice.
So yeah, I looked up that website, and they got it one showing tomorrow near me at 7:00 tomorrow night. That's going to be a game time call. We'll see if I can make that one.
Right on.
But I was what was I, about 13 when it came out, but I didn't see the movie for 2 years after it came out, because it took a long time for movies to come out on VHS back in the day.
It did.
Yeah, it really did.
So yeah, it's not like, they're popping out DVDs nowadays or streaming it. So it took a while. So I was already, 14, 15 years old when I saw the movie.
Yeah. Did you like it then?
Oh, loved it.
Oh.
Loved it. Yeah. Love it now.
Kevin Nash played Super Shredder. We talk about that all the time because, me and Dustin are really big wrestling fans too. At least the old school Attitude Era. That was my time growing up, was the Attitude Era wrestling. So that's, that was always my jam.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah,
same here. Do you guys do you remember very much of that third movie that came out? Because I mean, I owned all of them on VHS, but I don't really remember seeing. I don't remember watching it enough that I could tell you now what actually happened. I remember they had that like a lantern on a pole kind of thing, and
that was the Turtles in Time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that one at all either. I know I've seen it. I've seen it more than once, but it's definitely forgettable.
Yeah.
Like, they also brought back Elias in that one.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And April wasn't there though, right?
She was.
April was there.
It wasn't Judith Hogue, not the original. It was the one from Tmnt 2, The Secret Ooze.
Okay. Yeah. Like number 3 definitely is the redheaded stepchild. Like, we could probably sit here and do a watch along live, and we probably wouldn't even get flagged for it. I mean, I don't know if they would even care. I think number one, the soundtrack that they had, like the music for the whole entire movie. I mean, I loved, like, literally, like, that's one of the other things. Like, now as an adult, like, I start hearing all the music playing and everything. I'm like, man, this just had a rocking soundtrack all the way through.
Dude,
I remember I had that on cassette, and back in the day, you could buy just like singles, like one song, and then the other side was the instrumental, and it just came in like a cardboard sleeve that you could tape in. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember
that.
Man,
buying singles on cassettes, man. I remember that.
Do you guys remember when Pizza Hut did the whole deal where they could actually have like a small vinyl with one single on it, and you would buy a pizza, and you could, if you got so much or something like that, you could get the vinyl with it. You guys ever do that?
No, I don't remember vinyl, but I'd love to have one of those now.
It was Pizza Hut, and I can't remember if they did that with TMNT or if they did that with Ghostbusters.
What's up, man?
Might have been TNT, because Ghostbusters is 1985.
Right. I think I'm thinking of Ghostbusters 2 though, so that would have been like what, 89?
Was that as late as 89?
I don't know. I think so.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah. No, my favorite song though was definitely when they introduced the kids inside the warehouse, and all of a sudden you hear that "It's my body, it's my body."
Yes.
Like that jam, just every single time I hear it, I think of the whole menthol regular.
Yep. I literally was just getting into all that, like right before you got on and everything. Like I was getting on all that. Yeah, because every time I see that scene as a kid, like I was like, this place looks so cool. I want to go there. And then as an adult and it comes on and I'm still like, this place looks so cool and I want to go there. I say the same thing. You know, you got kids smoking cigars, playing poker, and then they're walking down the stairs. He's like, menthol or regular? Like they would never be able to do that nowadays, but it was like, it's just so cool, man. You know,
did you guys notice
that kind of stuff as incentive to keep these kids there?
Yeah. Did you guys notice that the guy that said that is Sam Rockwell? Like,
yeah,
he's
I actually just recently saw that on I don't know whose video I was watching, but it was like Easter eggs from old movies and stuff, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
What's up? What's going on, Jay? Not sure if I've seen you before, but thanks
Jenny
for
Prison.
popping in. I love
Nice
the avatar.
Yeah, it's Jenny.
Love the avatar. What are you talking about? A hat?
Oh, because all three of us are wearing hats except for Steve.
Oh. Yeah,
I've never seen you with a hat, Steve.
I've worn hats not many times.
Maybe that toboggan.
Back in the day, I used to. Not anymore.
Yeah. Now I think the best, my favorite song on the whole movie, you don't even get to, like, you don't even know it's there if you cut it off before the credits, but it's the TURTLE Turtle Power.
Yeah,
man, I use that on Instagram like probably way too much, but like that is the one I love that one. You know, Ninja Rap, of course, is awesome.
Sure.
But you know, that Turtle Power at the end is just awesome. You know, because they do like they did back in the 90s with hip hop and rap. You know, you get like a story in the music. You know, it's the same thing they did with like older country music, and you know, there was actually some substance to music at that time. And you know, I like that about that song too, because it's like, you know, you kind of picture in your head what's going on. It's got a little bit of a storyline to it, so it's really cool. It's got a great beat, and I forget who it was that did it.
The song TURTLE Power.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was Partners in Crime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was like, I know who it was. But yeah, oddly enough, Panda's talking TMNT and no TMNT tonight.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, you're not wearing any?
Yeah.
It's all right. He's got it all over the wall behind him.
Right.
True. What is that new book you put behind you? That's
Oh, that's the Draken signed by Crane.
That's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
It's the only one on the census.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
Right
VB,
on.
you definitely need to. Where is Varangian Vigilante from? Isn't he like in Germany or something?
I don't know. It's definitely across the pond.
Yeah, he's definitely across the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever figure it out, Austin?
Oh yeah, you were exactly right. 1989.
Ah, nice.
Austin, I have to ask you, how much did that full-blown Star Trooper suit back there run you?
Austria, okay.
No,
You don't want to say, do you?
If you don't want to say, that's fine. I just
I got it years ago. I want to say something like 1,200.
Dang.
Yeah, I got it a long time ago, and then I had to buy and hunt for a mannequin to put it on. Yeah, because you can't just use a regular mannequin. You have to have it so that the post from the base goes through the foot. Otherwise, you won't be able to put the armor on it.
Oh,
Yeah. The mannequin was not cheap.
Dude, can you imagine having one of those TMNT suits from any of the movies?
Have you
Dude,
seen
have you
what those
seen
things
them?
look like now lately?
They are scary as hell.
Well, doesn't someone? I want to say there's a TikTok person that has them, and they look good, or maybe they're remakes of them. I don't know.
Yeah, they're remakes because,
Those
like,
gotta be remakes.
yeah, if you see what they look like now, the upper lip on is it Donatello or is it Raph? The upper lip has receded, so like all you see is these giant freaking teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's
That's
wild.
gonna be cool.
Yeah,
Still,
isn't there also a photo where you could see the guy's eyes in the mouth?
Yeah,
oh, probably.
yeah. You know, those the foam composites that they made them out of is like the same stuff that Nerf is made out of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you still have the same Nerf balls from the 90s, could you imagine what they look like now? Like all crusted over and
true.
falling apart. Like they did not hold up over time.
Yeah, and I remember the actors complaining that they just sweat in that thing all day and they stank.
Yeah.
I remember whenever you saw like one of the turtles leaving the stage of the musical, it's because they were so hot they were gonna die. They needed someone else to come in and take their spot on the stage.
Right? But I'm sure like if it's 2020 now, they've got to have like self-insulating suits that can withhold those oh god.
So yeah,
That's
it was
pure
Leo.
nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Kevin Eastman
absolutely.
actually auctioned this one off on his page on his website.
Jeez.
Look at how deteriorated Leo is there.
Just a
That's
massive
Leo?
how dated it is.
Wow.
Right.
Oh.
Apparently, Raphael was like the best one, or the only one that is in like half decent shape.
Yeah.
I've never even seen.
What would you even do with that? Would you try to make it better, or would you leave it as is?
I don't even know how you could like redo that or whatever, but
Oh man, that's bad.
And that rap looks like it's from the second movie, not the first.
you're right. It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you notice every single movie they all change just a little bit, except
They all need to change.
except for Michelangelo. Michelangelo's is probably the one that stayed the same from the first movie, but Leo changed, Donatello definitely changed, Raphael changed, and then Michelangelo kind of stayed the same for the second movie. Good lord.
Oh my, yeah, that looks
That looks,
terrible.
Show.
that looks like
That was from the show.
that looks like
Yeah. Oh yeah. The next mutation.
Yeah. Ugh.
that looks like Panda's action figure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a movie one here.
That's TMNT 3.
That
Dude,
is rough
Look
looking.
at you. You're on top of your thing, man.
But yeah, this one right here, is,
Oh,
Bad.
that's the stuff of nightmares right there.
and this is 1990 Leonardo. I mean, look at the daggone gums on that thing, man. Let's see. Hold on. Let me share this.
He's not having a
Did
good
the Jim Henson Company do the suits for all of the movies?
I want to say so.
Look at this. 10 to 15,000, was it euros?
Ugh.
It's pounds,
Pounds, okay.
but it may as well be euros because that's a shit ton of money.
Yeah. I mean, golly. And that thing is just horrid
What
looking.
the hell?
Yeah, it is. Bad.
How much did that Turtles thing go for on Kevin Eastman's?
Look at the eyelid, like just busted over the top of the eyeball there. Holy crap. Let me see if I can find it.
It's movie history.
The Leonardo who laughs.
Oh yeah, Jay, we don't talk about that here. Jenica can just go away. I guess I like what she does for the new comic books. I don't know.
She breathed a lot of life into the comics. She really did. People don't want to admit that, but she did.
It's just not my cup of tea. Like, I guess I'm like a lot like Peter Laird in this. I just don't like having a fifth turtle, especially if it's a girl. Like, for some reason, I don't know. And then now they've got Alopex in it, and she's not even a turtle whatsoever. She's
got the green bandana.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Jay. I mean, I like what they're trying to do with Jenica, trying to invigorate the whole like women power and everything like that. It's just my nostalgia for the Turtles all start with those four. And it never wavers from those four. It's always got to be those four. And I can't even the next mutation. I rebelled so hard against Venus de Milo. Like I couldn't do that show at all.
What is Jenica's origin? How did she even come to be? Like in the comics.
So she started out as a Foot Clan soldier.
Yeah.
And then she became a friend of the Turtles, and she actually became a love interest for Casey Jones. And then she was dying, and he had to use turtle blood to basically
It was
bring her back to life. Yeah, and so then she became a turtle.
Yeah. So she turned into a turtle.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I have some of the books, but I've never read them. No interest in reading it.
Yeah. It just
Yeah, I mean, I've read volume 1 of the IDW, but the Mirage stuff is what I've gotten really into reading. I finished volume 1 and I got volume 2 there, so I'm going to be reading that pretty soon.
That's a good question, Jay, if you want to highlight that.
Let's see. Oh, man.
So good. So good.
Oh,
thumbs up.
That's not really a question you ask with these three guys. All night now.
Actually, Jay, I did a full review, man, and left my thoughts here on the channel. If you want to check that out, you're more than welcome, man. But yeah, we all loved it, except Panda. He didn't like it, so you don't have to ever listen to him.
There's something wrong with you if you didn't like that book, regardless of whether or not you're a Tmnt fan.
Yeah,
epic.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. A lot of people read it, man.
They did.
I was going to ask you, Adrian, you mentioned that your ash can was in bad shape. Like none of it's pressable?
No. It's been folded over in a corner. It's got color breaking spine ticks all over it. So I just read it just to actually look at it. So it's not a problem for me. It's just nice having a piece of history.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to encapsulate it, but I just wasn't able to. I've got too many kids. I can't. I don't have eyes in the back of my head, so I can watch myself at all times. So
I've got too many kids. That was fantastic. Did you send your ash can, Dustin?
Yep. I sent my my ash can, my shattered #1 variant, first print 2, 3, and 4, and first print Raphael #1 all got sent. So they should be at Avery's. They actually should have gotten there today, and then he's going to submit them with submit mine and Who Dat's from there, and then we're going to do a big unboxing because we pretty much sent the same books He sent a couple of third print number ones, but
Ooh.
He
right?
wouldn't let you buy any of them, huh? He wouldn't let you buy any of them?
Oh, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. He gets them back.
Once they come back, yeah.
Makes sense.
But
No, Jay, the art in the ash can wasn't bad at all. It was just they didn't like it for some reason. It was either too dark or
He looked
I
like a
don't know
monster.
what it was.
It
Is
wasn't
that
bad.
what you think
It
it
was
is?
simple.
It was, I don't know, like I thought it looked fine. I thought it looked great, honestly, until I got the new art and I was like, okay, this is a million times better than ash can. It really is.
I mean, if you just compare the covers, I mean, the cover for the ash can, like, he doesn't have like that turtle look to him as much.
He's too square.
Right. And then when you see
Yeah.
the actual cover for number one, you're like, that's it. That is it. I mean, but I was just absolutely loving the artwork done in that first issue.
Yeah.
The Escorza brothers did well.
Yeah, for sure. I'll kill the stream right now and go read it. Say I won't do it. I mean, I've read it a few times. It's just one of those that I just enjoy, and I keep picking up and looking and seeing other things every time I read it. So it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I've only read it twice so far.
Okay.
I'm surprised only twice.
Yeah, only
Man.
twice.
I think I've only read it twice as well.
Really?
That's what's cool about that book, man. And I said it. I said at some point, you know, that book is one of those that it's bringing the world together, man. Because you got
It really is.
no matter if you're a comic, like there's literally people I've seen that don't read comic books, but they're turtle fans. So like now they're buying that comic book. And you got people who've never bought a turtle comic book and they're buying that and reading it, been looking forward to it. Like everybody's on this book.
Yeah.
And anybody that tries to argue that this is not the biggest book that came out this year at the minimum, like you're crazy. I mean, I don't even think that this Null stuff is going to be, in my opinion, I don't think it'll have the same impact that turtle book did, like in the grand scheme of things, you know, because you're going to have people that, you know, love Donnie and love Venom and love this Null run. Yes. But how many people outside of that realm are going to come in and buy that and buy all these friggin' tie-ins and everything else? But, you know, this one book, I mean, it has grabbed a hold of so many people from different, you know, revenue avenues. I mean, it's just been wild.
Yeah,
I
the
kind
second
of
time
wanted.
I didn't pick up on anything new, but I enjoyed it more because the first time I read it, I almost rushed through it because I wanted to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the second time, yeah, I just sat back and enjoyed the story and read it slow. And, you know, sometimes when I'm reading books like that, I got the voices, the characters in my head going, so I enjoyed it a little bit more.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
I'm going to ask you, Dustin, how did you end up shipping your ash can?
So I took and I put mine in a treasury bag and board, and that was perfect for it. But I cut the board to fit the book and folded the bag and taped it on the back, and then I just cut big pieces of cardboard to fit it and sandwiched it between the cardboard. And I did that for like all 6 books I sent, but I wrapped each one individually with bubble wrap as well. And, you know, stacked them in the box on top of each other that way. So they were pretty much bulletproofed, and then put more bubble wrap around the entire stack. So fingers crossed. I had the ash can and number 2 on top. Obviously, being that the ash can is definitely the more susceptible to damage, and the number 2 was definitely the most valuable one in there. So,
The number 298. I just looked. The last number 2 first print 98 sold for $10,000.
Jeez.
$1,000.
$10,000
Mine's a 9.6.
for number 2. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is wild, man. I mean, have you guys looked at the price of Tmnt Adventures number 1, the first appearance of Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang lately?
Yeah, it's gotten over $300, almost $400.
I'm talking about raw.
$650.
Oh, raw? No, I haven't seen the
That's
roster.
been a $15 to $20 book forever.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe if somebody can convince you it is absolutely 100% guaranteed to be near mint 9.8, you might give 35 for it. So I'm flipping through Facebook and I see a guy asking $80 for it, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna be a jerk. And I messaged him. I was like, hey bro, you spelled $20 wrong. And, he was like, how about you can piss off? Have you looked at the prices on it in the past couple days? And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like nothing has happened. Literally nothing has happened with this book. It's selling for over $100 raw.
That's
What is
crazy.
going on?
Yep.
What is going on?
Did you apologize to the guy and said, "Sir, I'll offer 75"?
Oh no! I didn't. He sent me a message back. Like I felt like a friggin' what time is it? I felt like a shithead. So I didn't even say anything back to him at first. 2 days later, he messages me, sold it for $80. I was like, all right, man, my bad. I was like, seriously? I was like, I never would have in my wildest dreams expected that book to have been going for those prices. I said, there's so many people on here that are just hawking crap off for crazy money. I was like, I was just giving you a hard time, but I said, that is insane. I was like, you absolutely taught me something. And that was that I'm not going to own that book now, not until it comes way back down. Josh has one at the shop. And the last time I was there, he didn't give me a price on it. And then he lost the book. There was like 6 or 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle adventures that he had that I was trying to get, and he didn't have them priced out. I hadn't looked at them. And then he lost them when I was there the last time. So who knows? I mean, if he finds them, we'll see what he wants for them. But yeah,
I paid like $15 for mine.
Yeah, I mean, they're usually cheap, and I've been holding out on getting one because I've been working on getting other stuff, and it was just like, if I see one, at a shop, I'll grab it. But I had never seen one at a shop until I saw it at Josh's. But, like I said, I don't like buying on eBay. So, I just never did. And now I'm like, wow, over $100. Great.
Yeah. It's funny because I got 2 copies and I sent one to CGC. I sent my cleanest one to Eric to get pressed, and I sent it to CGC. And then all of a sudden that book just got hot.
Oh, you haven't got it back yet?
I haven't gotten it back
yet. Yeah, that's right. I remember. Yeah, that's right. I remember you put it in your video.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that now.
Yeah. And then probably 3 weeks after I did that video, it just blew up.
Yeah. I still wouldn't have known if that guy hadn't have told me, because I was just like, get out of here, dude. You're crazy. Like, I don't care what sales have been recently. There's nothing that's going to say it's going for, oh my God, over $100. Wow.
Yeah, it's safe to say that you just shouldn't sleep on the turtles anymore. Pick it up, see it, because you're going to regret it if you don't.
Yeah. It's definitely been an undervalued series and franchise for a long, long time. And, I don't know. Is it the Ronin coming out that's really sparked this, or like,
I think so.
Because, it was just like we just woke up one day and like, oh my God, everybody loves the same thing we do. Like, I've been dragging my feet on picking up this Mirage Studios run, like one book at a time. And luckily, I've got the big 4 out of the way, so the rest of them I can pick up whenever. But even those are getting expensive because I like number 10. Is it number 10, the second appearance of Shredder?
Yeah, second appearance of Shredder.
Yeah, so that was the next one I wanted to get, and like, oh my God, I think that one's selling for like $50 now.
Yeah. I saw one at my shop for $20, and I was like, oh, I'll come back and get it next time. I should have never done that. Like, I still kick myself for it.
Don't you hate that, dude? Like,
yeah,
you could probably swing it like no problem, but you're like, man, I got all this other stuff. Like, next week I ain't got nothing going on. Like, I will definitely grab it next week. I'm not even gonna say nothing to the guy because it ain't gonna go nowhere. It's been sitting here for a month.
Exactly.
Every damn time though, it'll be gone.
Yep. Right when you run in with your fistful of dollars, it's gone.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me with my Ultimate Fallout 4. It'd been there for at least a year and a half at a 9.4, sitting at $113. Nobody was taking it. So
we all know Dustin's Ultimate Fallout 4 story.
I know.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
You know, and then I did Steve's channel for that auction, and I was just like, I'm gonna go grab it before it gets like extremely hot. And did that first auction, had my $100 with me, and they're like, dude, it sold an hour before you walked in through the door. I was like, an hour late.
Mm.
And then you won one, so
Yeah.
He did.
I don't want to hear that sob story.
He's won everything. Anything he enters, he wins.
And you sent that off too, didn't you?
Yeah, we Eric was able to crack it. I have it here somewhere. The 9.4 label. And so we'll get that back.
Dude, 9.8, man, would be killer, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, yes. And that thing looks so sharp. There was one minor thing that I saw on it that
Dude, I think even one minor thing, it's still a 9.8.
yeah.
If that's all it is, 9.6 minimum, if not 9.8.
Right.
If it comes back a 9.8 and you see a 5'7", about 230-pound stocky white dude swinging around your house in the middle of the night, don't even bat an eye at it, dude. You're just having a dream. Go back to sleep.
While you're concentrating on him, I'll be in the back room taking the book.
There you go.
There you go.
Austin, where are you from, or where do you live at?
Arizona.
That's right. We talked about this because you guys don't have daylight savings time there.
Yeah, but my world is still affected, you know, because I deal with a lot of people on the East Coast and even the West Coast. And now California is an hour behind me. So my calendar completely shifts. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, my wife, she with what she does for a living, she has to keep up with all those time zones and all that stuff. And I'm like, pfft. The only reason why I halfway know any of it is just from doing YouTube now. So I see something starts at 11 o'clock, like the hunt starts at 11 o'clock, and Tony's over here talking about 9 o'clock, and I'm like, what are you talking about 9 o'clock, dude? It's almost midnight when you get started, dude. Like, you're killing me. And oh yeah, you're on the West Coast. That's right. I didn't know all that. Like,
he's only in Oklahoma. It's not like he's on the West Coast or anything, right?
Is he not Pacific time zone there?
Yeah, he lives in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Tony Sanders, right?
Maybe it was somebody else said it that was on there. I don't know.
What's his name? Jeff. He's from California.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is then. Yeah. Everything, like being on the East Coast, like everything seems to be like everybody else seems to either be Central or Pacific. Like, I don't have any East Coast friends out here. All y'all are just way an hour behind me or whatever. Like when I first started doing Steve's show, he was like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, cool.
It used to be 9, yeah.
And I'm like, oh wait, no, that's 10 o'clock my time. Like, damn it, that's late. Whatever, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be fun. Like, it's all good.
I didn't realize how late it was for you, and it started. Yeah, Tony Sanders is an OKC, so
okay, he's just an hour behind me then. Okay. Yeah, Tony's a good dude.
He is a great dude.
Yeah.
That's what's great about the Babble-on, though, is you guys are, you know, you start to lose your minds around midnight and whatnot, and it's only, you know, it was only 9 o'clock my time, so I'm just starting to enjoy everything.
Right. That's another reason why we start when we do, because like we start 9:30 my time, and that gives me time to get my kid in bed and all that stuff. My wife's getting ready for bed, and like I can come up here and just do my thing for however long, and then it's 8:30 next time. But then for most of our viewers, like, you know, you guys are at least Central or you know, even more Pacific. So that was part of the reason why we started at that, because I was like, man, we should start at like 8:30, and then Nick's like, yeah, well, you got to remember, like, some people are going to be watching, like they're not even going to be home at that time. So that was another reason why we picked Saturday night too. It just worked out to be the best one. So I think we're going to do,
because you guys are always counting down to midnight anyway.
Yeah.
Not yet, because I got some things to get off my chest.
That's for sure.
Language always changes at midnight.
You can bet on it. That is for sure. You can always bet on that. Did you order the Token Razor, Panda? You pre-ordered them?
I did not.
Oh, okay. I
No,
pre-ordered them, and they were talking about late third quarter, early fourth quarter release on it, or I guess early fourth quarter release on it, because we did the pre-order in third quarter, but he was saying like November, early November, late October, they were going to start shipping, and man, I haven't seen anything yet. Like the status on it hasn't changed or anything.
Yeah, that's what they said about my Super Shredder. Was it was going to be late October, early November, and I still haven't heard anything.
Oh, that's right. You still haven't gotten your Super Shredder, have you?
Yeah.
You got Steve one, you got me one. You ain't even got one yet.
Wow.
Sucks to be you.
You just threw out that firewall.
Oh, yeah. Galvin's on late, man. He starts at 12.
Wow.
We've done his show a few times, man. Galvin's a good dude. We love hanging out with him. That dude like definitely goes late. So, but yeah, we always have fun hanging out with him and Jeff. They do a good show. I'm excited to get those two in though, because Token Razor, man, they're supposed to be, those are going to be 7-inch figures. So they'll be as tall as Super Shredder is, but they'll weigh more.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's a heavy figure.
Yeah.
And he dwarfs the regular turtles already. So I can only imagine how big they're going to be. Went looking for a 2-pack today, but no luck, man. I found 3 of the Foot Soldier 2-packs. I wanted to buy all 3 of them, start my army build, and
I think
couldn't do it.
I think B. Raimi already got some Foot Soldiers.
Okay, right on. Yeah.
I saw 3 packs. Tmnt stuff right now.
Yeah.
But I got some Power Ranger stuff. So that's
cool. I still haven't seen Wave 7 at any of my Walmarts. So
I haven't either.
Those are kind of one of those things. Like, what's that?
I'm surprised you saw them, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got something for Panda next week.
Oh yeah.
That White Ranger power.
Right on.
I picked up something else for me and then something else for someone else too. So.
Right on.
Nice.
Yeah. They're kind of like one of those things. Like, there's no doubt, like, I'm going to have them, but I hate paying shipping so much. I just always like that's why I don't pre-order stuff. Like, I could have pre-ordered them on Pulse all day long, but I'm like, man, like, you order them on Pulse. Like Justin, he pre-ordered his on that Pulse, and he's not getting his until January or February. Meanwhile, people all over the world are having them in hand a week after the pre-order went up.
Right.
And I'm like, I always just kind of look at it like, I'm just going to take my chance. Now, I did not have the attitude with the Ralph and Casey Jones 2-pack, because I was not taking a chance of not getting the Casey Jones. And Token Razor, I was like, the way they made out, it doesn't even sound like those are going to hit stores. So I'm not even sure how those are going to be done. And I had to have them when they did the Fig Fair. Is that what it's called? Or Toy Fair? Toy Fair 2020. They actually showed in the NECA booth Super Shredder, Token Razor, and the Casey and Raph. They had them with some really nice dioramas too. And I was actually watching that on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast channel. And I saw those, and I immediately started like I don't think we were actually working with Justin yet. So I didn't have anybody to talk to or ask that I knew would know. So like, I'm looking everywhere, Googling and all this. I could not figure it out. And then Justin explained it to me later on down the road. And I was like, all right, when those come up for pre-order, let me know if you find out before me, because I'm definitely getting those movie figures. So,
but do the Toka and Razor come with the fire extinguisher?
I think so. They come with all kind of different things.
Or the pre-fried donuts.
I'll pull it up and see. But yeah, out of the Wave 7 Power Ranger stuff, like, I want to get putties, but I kind of want to get a mixture of the Zed and the regular putties. And I saw a putty 2-pack about a month ago of the regular ones that was the Pulse exclusives at a comic shop, and I didn't get those. But like, if I can get the new Tommy, the new Green Ranger, like I'll be set. I'll be set. I want pumpkin wrapper, but if Tommy's the last Lightning Collection figure I get, I'll be all right. I'll be all right with that. I'll feel good about it.
Are there big differences with the GameStop versions?
I want to say something so bad.
Let's see here. I'm looking. Okay, here we go. Here is this looks like the pack. I'm trying to find a set of pictures that will let you kind of like flip through what all's in there.
My GameStop has the Rita and Zed 2-pack for $50.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that was one I pre-ordered. I wasn't sure how that one was gonna go, and that was like right when I was really like hot and heavy, just getting going with the Lightning Collection stuff. So I pre-ordered them immediately when it came up, and then I didn't pre-order the Zordon and Alpha I was going to, and I didn't. And then friggin' Justin was a douchebag and bought them for me.
What a douchebag. That's funny, dude.
Yeah, I got a bag over here. You should see what Justin bought this week. This dude's nuts.
Really?
This dude is nuts. Justin is crazy. I've literally got a humongous. I'm still looking for the Toka and Razor, so I'm just gonna hit this picture here. I've got a bag, a Target bag over here, just a humongous bag, and yeah, it's slap filled with NECA turtle toys. Because he was like, "Yeah, just grab them all."
Jeez.
You know what? I respect collecting and stuff like that, but he's got a problem.
A bad one, right? And if you're lurking or have us on in the background, just yeah, we're talking about you. You definitely have a bad problem. What's up, Superior Hero? What's going on, brother? So yeah, this is your Toka and Razor. So it looks like up here you do have. I know you can't see my mouse, can you?
You can.
Okay, so up here looks like the fire extinguisher. This looks like the donuts.
There you go.
Or that's the box for the donuts. Here's your donuts,
Right.
and there's the one where he crushes it.
In his hand. Yeah.
My favorite part was when they go, "Mama."
Yeah. Babies. Yeah, these look awesome, man. He's got the hubcap shield.
Those are
These
bad.
things look great.
Dude, I really want to see what Toka's shell is going to look like with all the spikes all over it. Like, I really want to see what that looks like as a toy.
Hold on, let me look. It might would have helped if I put NECA in the Google search, wouldn't it?
I need more NECA for sure.
Yeah, NECA definitely did it right when they extended their pre-order for the Super Shredder and Toka and Razor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that was a stand-up thing to do. Now, what I wish they would have done is they would have done it with the 2-packs of, Leo and Donatello and Michelangelo and Raphael, and I feel like I would have made out like a bandit.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only reason I ended up with them is because Justin saw them at his local Walmart and was able to grab them.
Yeah.
I was able to get him to grab those for me and pay him for them, but otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been able to grab them.
I want those Tmnt.
What's up?
I want those Tmnt 2-packs. Really bad.
Yeah, I've still yet to see the turtles anywhere.
Yeah.
Now it's crazy because I've been able to find. I'm not seeing anything with. This is probably the closest thing I can find to his shell. Let's see. Go here and here, and I am so sorry for the people in the chat. I have completely forgot that you are even here, and I'm just sitting here hanging out with these guys, talking with them. I'm so sorry. Give me just a minute, and I will definitely run through this chat. So this is the closest thing I can find to like a picture of being able to check out his shell.
So yeah, it looks like the spikes might just be around the edge, but the very back, they're probably dulled a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you remember in the scene where he tries to jump into the sewer
Mm-hmm.
and his feet get tickled by Mikey and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I just remember the spikes on his shell, like his whole shell is just filled with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I was just really interested to see what the figure was going to look like with the spiked shell and everything.
Can you imagine getting up late at night and your kid leaves that on the floor?
Oh my God, that's not a Lego, son. That's not a Lego. That's an ER visit.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Ooh, Jay, I agree.
Oh, dude, yes, Jay, yes.
I would not put. See, and here's the thing. I don't know if that would have to be a NECA or if it have to be a Hasbro, and I think that's the reason why we will never get those, because it is two conflicting interests between the two toy manufacturers. You know, in the smaller scale, lower priced toy manufacturers like NECA and Hasbro are like some of the top ones. You know, they're probably top 3, and they're not going to want to share and play nice. So.
Well, not only that, but if just the licensing costs alone,
Right,
it would be a very expensive toy.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Still want a quarter scale Splinter. Now, I tell you what, Big Bad Toy Store actually did a restocking, and pre-orders available for all of the quarter scale turtles, and except this one. You cannot get the Raph in Disguise, but you can get all the other quarter scale turtles right now in Big Bad Toy Store. They are available for pre-order. So
$125 each.
Yeah.
I actually ordered a Power Rangers Lightning Collection figure from them, and it was here within 4 days.
Oh, wow. Right on.
It was crazy.
Right
and
on.
I ordered something from GameStop, and they said it was more Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and they said it could be up to 10 business days, and it was it got here in like 3 days. It was crazy.
Jeez.
I know, man. I know.
I love when things like that happen, though.
I was not expecting it. I was just not expecting it at all.
Look at this Santa Claus bag full of Justin's toys I have. Like, I haven't even been able to ship them to him because I don't have a box that they will fit in.
Does he do something outside of just lettering, or is that his only job?
Oh yeah,
I think that's it.
What's that?
He sells toys.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
he collects
Marathon.
the cartoon figures too. I have not gotten into the cartoon figures, thank God. Now, when was it? Wednesday, I guess. When I was, I there's a Target beside my work, and if you've been following us on Instagram, I've been playing Ninja Turtle for about the last couple months now. So I've been in these manholes every day. Well, one day I was in there like up to here, just in water, had no waterproof anything on. I just said, screw it, got to get this done. Jumped down in there. Well, Wednesday, that was not my plan, and I had my muck boots on, and one of them decided to no longer be a waterproof boot, and so I went to the Target to grab some socks, and of course, if I'm in Target, you're not just going to not go look for Ninja Turtle stuff, so I walk over there, and they have the Shredder Leonardo 2-pack. They had 4 of the Casey Jones NECA mask replicas, which was extremely hard to walk away from because it's the movie prop replica, and I wanted it. But I didn't end up getting that. They also had the Bebop and Rocksteady there, and that one was super hard not to get because that one's like the crown jewel of the cartoon figures. But they did have these. So Justin had a fit. Because I knew he missed the pre-order on this, and he was really upset about it. So he got that one, and then he got this one.
Because he likes the army build.
Yeah, and then he got this one.
He doesn't collect; he hoards.
He does.
Well, when he did it, I was like, I kind of, let's see, we're 11:30. We're close enough. We ain't got no friends in here. I say that, but like somebody watches the replay, I don't care. Nick will be okay. My response to him whenever I was like, dude, because I left the store, and I hadn't got a response. I was like, hey, they got 2 of these. Do you want one? And so he responded, and I was like, I've already left, but I'll go back in a little bit on my lunch break and I'll grab them. I went back. I'm like, dude, there's 3 of them now. I was like, he's like, oh my God. All right, get all 3 of them. I was like, you eBay scalping bastard. He was like, no, dude. No, dude, I'm army building those. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, that's an expensive army, bro. I hope they win. But I mean, they really do look cool. Like, I mean, they are neat. I definitely, especially after reading the initial Triceraton story arc. I mean,
yeah,
it's cool. And I love the cartoon figures. I really do. I love how they put the black lines everywhere and give them that actual cartoon look, like they're literally a 3D drawing. But I've had to limit myself because I am not Justin Birch, and I do not have as forgiving of a wife as he does. And if I were to jump on the bandwagon with the cartoon ones, I think my wife would probably just shut this all down. She's been cool with me doing the movie line, and that's been cool. But I've turned my child in onto the cartoon series. You can watch it on YouTube. They have the full seasons on there. So going back and watching them with him again, and then knowing that they have figures for them now, I'm like, I really want to go get that Shredder Leonardo 2-pack because I want the cartoon Shredder. And then I'm like, I don't even have the movie Shredder yet. Let's finish out the movie line first. Let's get Shredder. Let's get Splinter, a couple foot soldiers. Let's finish out the movie line, and then we'll talk. And this is just going on in my head. This is not even me having a conversation with my wife, but trying to rationalize in my head when it's going to be okay for me to attack another line of NECA figures, because I want the Ace Venturas. They have these awesome Ace Ventura NECA figures, and I'd love to have them. And I'm so mad at myself because they had one at my Walmart, and this again was before I met Justin. I didn't even understand what NECA figures were. And I saw a $30 price tag on an action figure, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people asking $30 for action figure? I used to buy Power Rangers for like $7. I remember I used to get my wrestling action figures for less than like $5 or $7. $30 for a toy.
Yeah.
That thing's like literally almost $100 now. Like if you want it, like you got to go to eBay. It's like $100, and I had it. There was 2 of them on the shelf. I had one in my hand, and now I'm kicking myself, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. But they've got some new ones coming out too. They're gonna do the one where he's in the tutu with the boots on.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
The one they need to do is the one with the rhinoceros.
Oh, I would love that just sitting on my desk right here on the side.
Just nothing but lips hanging out. instead of swappable heads, you just got swappable rhinoceros butts, with different amounts of his face hanging out.
Oh, that'd be the best.
Or just fix the rhinoceros to where you can literally like open it up enough and position his face and head however you wanted it. I mean, I hope you're paying attention, NECA. We're giving you money right now. Okay, we're making money for you. But yeah, the Lightning collection has been cool though, man.
It has been.
Can you believe all the freak? I did not have an action figure 4 months ago, and now I've got all the turtles, the quarter scale. I've got all the freaking, oh my gosh. And this is just the Mighty Morphin series and the comic created ones. I limited myself to just those with this collection. And now they're doing monsters. They did Rita and Zed 2-packs. So now I have 2 Lord Zeds because I had already purchased the original one, but you're not just going to not buy the Rita pack because there's a Lord Zed in there.
Right.
You got the bug.
Yeah. Yeah. The Zordon, I'm not too overly impressed with.
I wasn't either.
But I have seen people bust Zordon out and repaint him. Dude, it looks good. I think I have a picture of it here, but I see people all the time on the Lightning Collection Facebook group, and they'll bust these things apart and repaint them and add more detail. Like the Zeo Red, you know, he's got that gold trim around the chest piece there. They went in and put black detailing in there. Oh my gosh, it changes the figure completely. It makes it look just a whole nother figure. It's incredible.
So why are they repainting them? Are they not being produced comic accurate?
Yeah, they don't add a lot of detail in them. What was another good example of one? Like, okay, Lord Zed, when they first put the first Lord Zed out, he just had red fingertips. They were the same color as the rest of him. Well, in the TV show, he had the chrome fingertips. So everybody was just painting them. I got a silver Sharpie that I use for work. Sometimes I have to pull black cable, and that's the only way I can label it. So I just hit it with some silver Sharpie. Well, when they re-released him with Rita, he had silver fingertips. But let's see. Goldar is a good example. I don't want to pull them out because this is how this works. If I move one, everybody falls. So that's what happens there. But like the original Goldar, I mean, he was pretty sorry. But Justin always gets mad at me whenever I complain about the figures and the lack of detail they put in them, because he's like, it's a $20 figure. And I'm like, to you, it's just a $20 figure. To me, it's a $20 figure. So I'm like, you know, sometimes the paint's a little sloppy on them. Sometimes I have to get a knife out and kind of scrap a little. But I mean, all in all, I mean, they look good from y'all's house. You know, y'all can't see none of that. So
you know what you need with those Lightning Collection figures?
What's that?
You need to get your number 9 and a 9/8.
Yeah, I know. I just got the Raw sitting up there in the corner.
No, man. A lot of
it, 9/8.
They used to not put first appearance of Lord Draken on there, but they do now. So.
Oh, I was wondering about that. That's awesome, dude.
I didn't have to ask anything like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw you got that, and I was like, ooh, that purple tank top wearing bastard. Yeah, I was pumped for you on that one, man, because I haven't sent mine in because I'm nervous. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it, but I'm like, out of all of the books I've sent in that I really, really, really wanted to hit 9/8, like that's definitely one I want to hit 9/8 for multiple reasons. You know, one, you always want the 9/8, and two, the value difference between a 9/8 and a 9/6. That's one of them where like a 9/6 ain't worth nothing. 9/8, that's a decent dollar on that book.
I have 2 Power Ranger books that have a little bit of a rubbed corner, and both of them came back 9/8.
Yeah.
So if yours is less than that, then you're fine.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Jay, you don't want to get Dustin worked up about if McFarlane picked up the TMNT line.
No. No. I will never forgive Todd McFarlane for what he did to my Mortal Kombat figures. I was so excited about that, and I bought 2 of them, and the heads fell off. My Scorpion figure has completely fallen apart.
Oh, yeah. I bought that for my son for his birthday, and that thing is in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And we've left it in the corner, and it's just falling apart by itself.
Yeah. What's that, Austin?
How long ago did that line come out?
Scorpion dropped right before Christmas last year. Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like in the past month, they've released Katana and Baraka. They've released this is all like the Mortal Kombat 11 game figures. So they've done Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and I think they've done 2 different Scorpions and 3 different Sub-Zeros. They've released Raiden, Johnny Cage. We've gotten Spawn. Now we've got Baraka and Katana. So my wife bought me Scorpion for Christmas, and the head fell off literally taking it out of the package Christmas morning. So I'm literally in the middle of like, all right, Christmas has to stop now because I must message Todd McFarlane is what happened on Christmas morning. I'm like, my wife bought me this figure, $20, dude, for an action figure. And you couldn't make sure the head stayed on? And then I deleted it because I didn't want to be mean. I was like, no, I'm just being overly emotional because I'm upset because this figure's not working. And I really wanted that figure. But then I started doing some looking around, and like a ton of people are having issues with it. So, you know, not to say that anything else he does is bad, but I know that the Mortal Kombat line has definitely had some major issues. So, I don't know. We'll see. I would love for, I'd love to be able to get the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat line. Those are tough. But those jokers are like $85 a piece, and they're just 6-inch figures. I mean, they're just 6-inch figures, but I mean, they're like the equivalent. They're like if you took the detail of the NECA figures and crossed it with the posability with the Lightning Collection, but it's a Mortal Kombat character, and it's a little, you know, they're a little bit beefier. I mean, they are tough, man. They've got a Goro, and that Joker's like 11 inches, almost 12 inches tall, and he is bad to the bone, man. But I think when he first went up for sale, he was like around like $100, and now you can't touch him for under like $250, $300. And then Big Bad Toy Store has a bloody version, which I could get the bloody version and be okay with it, but I just wanted the regular classic style looking Goro. But yeah, they put a lot of details into those, and they've done Sector, they've done Goro, they've done Raiden, they've done Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Cyrax. So they've done several of them. They look cool, and they've got different pieces like Sector and Cyrax. Their chests open up, and you can add the missile coming out, and it's got like the smoke effect. Or Cyrax has the big green net, so they're cool.
Yeah, but you gotta pay for that kind of quality,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely. And my wife says no.
Dude, I'll have to say this. I love the Lightning Collection with all the stuff you get with it. But man, trying to get these guys to stand up correctly versus the Legacy,
yeah,
there's a huge difference. The Legacy ones, now the paint job on those sucks. But,
yeah,
because they're translucent, but they do stand up way easier than the Lightning Collection.
Yeah, the Lightning Collection definitely. There's a method for sure. Like I said, I don't want to. I was gonna pull down that red Zeo Ranger, but he's kind of like third row back there.
You knock them all down, and you're gonna stand them all back up, and it's tough.
Right. I mean, there's been so many times I've come in here and it literally looks like the turtles climbed up there on the third shelf and beat the holy hell out of the Power Rangers and just leave them just in pieces all over the room and just went back to their spot. And I'm like, was there a war or something that I missed? But yeah, there's definitely you can do it, but it's I've actually gotten some, I forget what it's actually called, but I know in school, the teachers called it sticky tack.
Yeah.
I've used some, I've got some of that, and I'll use that and put under the female's feet, because the female's feet are the worst. They're the worst. They're smaller and more narrow. But yeah, I've had to do that.
Do those figures have the hole under the foot for a peg?
They do. And,
yeah, because I know they sell those stands.
Yeah. I need to get some Casey Jones. I have Casey Jones on one that I stole from my Scorpion figure, but I'm too cheap.
It's so hard to stand, dude. My God, trying to get Casey Jones to stand and not fall over was the hardest thing ever.
Right?
You got to angle it just right, so this way he doesn't fall
forward. He's got his bag on.
Yeah. I want to get some of those stands, like the clear ones, the circle stands, but I'd love to have some of those stands that's got the clamp that goes around them too, so you can pose them in the air and stuff.
Oh, around the waist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are cool. Now you talking about big money now? All right, we was just talking about how we didn't want to spend $80 on a figure. You talking about hundreds. But I do have my very first sideshow. I will be getting my very first sideshow figure soon.
Nice.
Decide what it was?
Yeah. So
The ComiKon?
No. Nick, he let me pick what I wanted to get from it. He picked what he want. Let me pick what I wanted for my birthday from him. And there was 2 statues coming out, Mortal Kombat next year. One was Goro, one was Shao Kahn. Just some little 10 scale statues. And then I'd been looking at a Red Skull, like classic comic Red Skull figure from Sideshow, and that was what he's getting me now. So I'm excited to get that bad boy in, man. Those things are like $225 for them.
I know the mixed media on that just it looks good, but like on most of the things that I see mixed media on, like I don't like it, but for some of them they look really good.
Yeah,
Red Skull looked really good.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. You know, I was kind of aggravated that this quarter scale Raphael had mixed media headband, the mask, you know, the knot and the tails of it are actual cloth. And I was like, at first I didn't like it, and then I was just like, it's not that big a deal. Now you talking about something hard to stand up. He was hard to stand up at first, and for a long time I was terrified of that thing falling, because if he goes down, he's going down hard. That Joker weighs probably almost 6 pounds.
Jeez.
They are heavy, and this thing right here has skyrocketed in price. The last sales I saw on this thing was over $400. He's the only one that shot up that high. But it's because he's the Raph in disguise. So that was like a couple months ago. So I don't know if it's still doing that or not. But I mean, I was like, crap, man, I came out of pocket $60 for that thing. I traded an original unopened Spawn figure and the Batman Damn books for that, and then added $50. It was like 60 with tax. And they were asking like $175 for it.
Dang.
So I'd seen that thing in there a couple of times, and I finally decided, I was like, you know what, I got some stuff. Let me hit them up and ask them if they want to do some trading. And you know, I hit them up and I was like, hey, y'all know y'all have had that thing sitting there for like 6-8 months. Ain't nobody bought it, man. Let's work something out. And they did, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. I was so excited. So now I just need the quarter scale Casey Jones to put next to it, and I'll be good to go on those. I thought about buying all the turtles. I was going to put like a bookcase behind me here and have all the turtles standing on them. And that was going to be like my mini mint setup. Instead of the big, huge, awesome statues, I was just going to have the big, huge, awesome quarter scale turtles. And I don't know, man, that's expensive. Justin was asking me if I thought he should pre-order all of them from Big Bad Toy Store. And I told him, are we asking if I would do it, if we were talking about spending my money, or if I would do it if I'm talking about spending your money? Because I'll spend your money all day, dude. Like, I would say yes, but that's going to be like $600-700 after you get it shipped, because, oh my God, they're heavy.
Let's be honest. He doesn't care what you think. He wanted you to justify the decision he already made.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think the quarter scale Casey Jones will actually have the removable face mask?
I do now, because Elias Cortez, I can't remember how to say his last name, but Elias has now given them his permission to use his likeness. Yeah. And that was like right after the Casey and Raph 2-pack sold out like that. I mean, it like blew his mind, and he was like, yeah, I'm down to get on the train.
I want to know what she gets for the likeness. It's got to be pretty high.
Oh yeah, I would assume, no doubt.
How much do you think JDF's likeness is for Boom Studios? It's got to be crazy high, because he's on all the variants, dude.
Yeah. I mean, how much do you think it costs Hasbro to have him on them figures?
Right.
You'd be surprised how cheap it really is in the grand scheme of things, because you got to figure there's different angles to do it, right? I could just cut you a check and you give me your likeness rights for, let's say, a year.
Yeah.
Or I can cut you a smaller check and give you a percentage of sales on the products we sell with your likeness. Now, that's kind of a gamble, right? You don't know if the comic book is going to sell well or the toy is going to sell well.
Yeah.
You could sign your likeness away and make nothing.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, and depending on who you are, yeah, it could definitely, I could see that being a gamble. I mean, like for JDF, like he knows, like that dude, like knows, he walks around every day, wakes up knowing he's money. So, you know, but yeah, like some of the other Rangers.
That's true. Have you guys seen his JDF's car and his watches that he's always flashing? And dude's got to be making probably still $1 million a year.
He's doing okay for himself, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about,
he does love himself.
So in con season, he charges
$50.
Yeah, $150 for one signature in a picture, and there's never any less than like 3,000 or 4,000 people in his line. I mean, in one day.
That blows my mind because I see him every year at the con we have here in Phoenix, and my wife refuses to leave until she goes and talks to him every year, and I don't remember it being that much.
It was when I went to see him 2 years ago. It was $50 for a signature, and $57 for a photo with him.
Yeah, see, I met him last year at Power Morphic Ranger Stop, Atlanta Ranger Stop is what it was, and I got the 1 in 500 Boom Studios blind box exclusive signed. I got my Volume 1 hardcover signed where he did his I forget what they call it, but you know, his insert in there. And I didn't even get the picture. I was like, nope. But it cost me like I think I did get a break because it cost me $200 for those signatures. And then, but it was kind of cool though, because you know the story I've told, like my kid had the White Ranger Lightning the Bandai figure in his hand, and he just snatched out my kid's hand and threw a signature on it for him. So that is now in the box over here in this case. But yeah, he's expensive, and I mean, you look at his lines. I mean, even at small cons like that one, that was a very, very small con, and there was easily 2,000 people there just for him.
I feel like the best part of that is seeing what everyone else is getting signed by him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like, that's like, oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah,
and Dragon Daggers getting signed.
When we got out of the car, there was a guy sitting next to us, and I still talk to him all the time. His name is Kenneth, and we ended up being getting to be friends while we were there. And him and his kid, I don't know if they were sleeping. I don't know if he told me they spent the night in the car so that they could be there early enough, because we both had the same idea. Like, we know how many people hits this dude's line. We're getting here 2 hours early, and we're just going to stand in line until he gets here at 10 o'clock or whatever. And so he gets out of the car. He's got the Green Ranger helmet. He's got Saba hanging out of the bag. He's got the Green Ranger dagger hanging over here. And my kid's going nuts, man. He just thinks this dude is just the coolest dude ever. And he's like, you just got books, Daddy. You suck. But
I'm waiting for that Lightning Collection Green Ranger helmet if they ever drop that. Because they have the white and the red. They got to be doing a green one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if I'd rather have the Lightning Collection or the one that Bandai put out. Now, I can go get the Bandai one any day of the week, but it's $175, and I'm having a hard time with it. So if they do a Lightning Collection, like, I'll go spend the $80 to get it.
Yeah, same.
But
I'd probably
do what? Oh yeah, no doubt, because you know it ain't gonna hit shelves.
Well, and it fits anyone, right? Because Panda says he's got the White Ranger one, and it fits him.
Yeah, I was about to say, and I've got a big head, so
yeah, I wear a size 7 fitted hat, and I can fit into a 6 7/8.
Yeah, you're a small dude.
Yeah, you're a small dude.
I am.
I'm a gigantic man.
Yeah.
I'm a big dude.
Yeah, you know what's really funny though is that Mike is just like an inch taller than him.
I hated
Like,
that.
dude, you should see the face on Burke. Like, you know, he's got the height on me. But then when we saw Mike V walks in and he's got that 1 inch.
One and a half inches on me, and I was so mad.
Yeah, so funny.
Not being the biggest guy in the room, I didn't like that, but it was cool.
I walk into my comic shop this week and they have the Saba and the Dragon Dagger, not the Lightning collection. What did they call the other collection from Bandai?
The Legacy?
Legacy. Yes, they had the Legacy Dragon Dagger and Saba there, and I like the Lightning collection figures better, but they don't hold a candle to the Dragon Dagger, man. That Dragon Dagger that the Legacy did, man, that thing it's got weight to it, and it's just the way it feels and looks is just incredible, man. It doesn't feel like a hunk of plastic, and he's got both of them just near mint boxes, everything, never been opened. I think he had like 150 on the Dragon Dagger and 220 on Saba. And I initially thought, like, if I was going to pick one, I'd pick the Dragon Dagger. But I remember when I got my Saba when I was a kid, and my mom made it a big to-do because she knew that was the only thing I wanted for my birthday. And so I opened up my presents, and, like, it's not there. Like, I've literally been looking at the presents all day as a kid. Like, all right, I know what this box looks like, and it ain't fitting in none of them. So after I open up all the other stuff, she hands me a card and it's got a picture in it. And I'm like, what is this? And she was like, what is it a picture of? And I'm like, it's a picture of the kitchen, the stove. She's like, okay. So I go to the stove. There's another picture of something else in the house. Sends me on a wild goose chase, and I come back and there's this box about this long sitting there ready to be unwrapped. And I just flipped my crap, dude. Opened that thing up and it was there. And, you know, those were just all plastic. You know, the actual blade part was real flimsy. I beat the hell out of Nick with that thing for years, I bet. Man. I just beat the hell out of him with it.
But see, they did it right. Aren't you glad that you went through all of that to get it versus just opening it and there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's what made me, when I walked in and saw that Saba, I was like, if I was going to buy one of these, like, I would definitely buy the Saba. I mean, that thing looks so legit too. Oh my gosh. And I was like, I'd hang that thing on the wall with my White Ranger slab over it. And then I was like, and then I could get the helmet and put it above that. But how cool would it look if I also had the Dragon Dagger to go with my Green Ranger slab and then get that helmet and put it in? I'm like, this is why I have a problem. I can't just have like, oh, it would be so cool and nice to have this. And if I got that, then I could do this and then I could go get that. And it's like, that's where you have a problem, dude. That's why you can't have nice things.
Right.
I did the same thing like for like 6 years in a row. I asked for a snowboard every year. I wanted a snowboard. I don't know why. Probably because the X Games were huge back then. I didn't have it. I wanted a snowboard for some stupid reason. And every year I never got it. And then one year I got like a little thing. I knew I didn't get it because it wasn't hanging up next to it. The thing is huge, right? And I opened it and I got like gloves. And I was like, cool. And there's a little note that says, go here. And I found jacket, hat, pants. And finally I went to my parents' room and there was snowboard from like, I don't know, probably like the pawn shop or something. But I was so stoked to finally get it. So I had the exact same memory just for something different. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Just keep that in mind when you guys buy stuff for your kids later on in life when they actually get old enough to really, really want something. Make it fun.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, my mom actually forgot one year to wrap our presents. And so she had the bright idea to wake up and she threw every single present on the roof. And the story that she tells us when we wake up is, oh my God, where are your guys' presents? Let's go look outside to go see where they're at.
Oh,
and they're like, oh, Santa must have not made it down the chimney. It looks like your toys are everywhere. And we see some on the floor. We see some on the roof. And I was just ecstatic because I was like, oh my God, I get to climb on the roof and get my toys. And it was just awesome. Amazing.
Wow. That's
awesome. See, in my family, there would have been like some fake blood splatter up there, and like pieces of a suit. Dad shot Santa. He didn't know who it was. He thought it was an intruder.
My daughter has told me like every day for like the last week that she wants to go to the North Pole really badly and see Santa and stay in Santa Claus's workshop and eat cookies all day and ride the reindeer. Like she's into
That's
it.
a
Man.
tall order.
Yeah, there's one thing that we're going to try to do this year that's really cool is there's a train that goes from here to Flagstaff and through to the Grand Canyon. And every year they do like the, what is it, the Polar Express?
Uh-huh.
So it's a train ride from Phoenix all the way up north, and the kids just, drink hot chocolate. Santa's on there, and there's presents and everything, the whole shebang. That's pretty exciting stuff.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. They do
Nice,
something like that in
dude.
Tennessee too, and we've been talking about doing that. We're not sure if we're going to do it this year or not, but we talked about it last year. So, yeah, that's cool that you said that because I actually need to look into that because it's getting close to that time.
Yeah, how old's your son?
He just turned 5.
Oh, okay. So he's at a good age where he actually can remember what's actually
and
going on.
that's kind of been where we've been kind of like, oh, we'd love to do this, but we don't want to. We want him to remember it. So, yeah, he's getting there now to where he'll be able to remember it. So, I kind of did him a little dirty on his birthday. Kind of like the stories we're talking about. He plays baseball, and he's not really good. So we've been talking about practicing at home because it's not his fault. He's not really good. His coaches aren't really good. So he wanted a baseball tee to practice at home. Wanted baseballs. Wanted a new bat. I was like, all right, cool. And he wanted a TV for his room. And I'm like, okay, if it will help you like go sleep in your room instead of in my room, dude, I will put you a TV in your room. Last year, I was against it. My mom wanted to get him one. I was like, no, he don't need a TV in his room. Now I'm like, if you will stop sleeping in my room, dude, I'll put a 70er in there. I don't care. You have a TV, bro.
That gift is yours just as much as it is his.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly where my 5-year-old is right now. She's in my bed with my wife. Well, and I'm in here on a computer, and I know as soon as I go to my room, she'll be on my side of the bed. I'll either have to take her to her room or I'll have to sleep in her bed because all three of us ain't fitting in that bed.
Yeah, we can all fit in mine. I mean, we got a king size, so we can all fit, but it's still not like the Joker does somersaults.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So he's opening his present stuff. The first thing he opens is the mount, the TV mount for the wall. He's like, oh, this is heavy. And then he opens it and he's just got this look on his face. Like, what in the hell is this? And I was like, it's a TV mount, bub. He was like, yay. And then he opens up his TV and he's like, oh,
That's awesome.
and I handed him I bought him one of those big nets that you put up to like pitch into, and it's got the square with the net behind it. So I got him that so we get in the yard if we can't go to the fields, and he can just hit balls into that. So he opened it. Well, there's no pictures of what it is or anything. He has no clue what's inside this box. So again, he's just like, I was excited because this present's like 3 times as big as I am, but what the hell is it? Then he opens his balls, and then he sees his tee and his other stuff. So he was like, oh, like, okay, as a whole, this is awesome. But the way it started out, like I kind of thought you sucked as a parent. So definitely brought it home. Yeah, way to go. I'm glad you didn't embarrass yourself in front of our whole family on my birthday, Dad. So we've been at the baseball field. We're at the baseball field 3 or 4 nights a week now. He's loving that. I am too. It's been cool to be able to get out there and actually teach the kid how to play baseball because, like I said, and it's hard, sometimes for the coaches. And they got so many other kids on the team. They get like an hour and a half of practice, and then you get especially when the coach doesn't like have a clue what they're doing. That makes it even harder. And then I'm sitting on the sidelines over here like, oh my God, dude, why aren't you doing this and this and this? My wife's like, why don't you coach? I'm like, because none of the parents will bring their kids back after the first practice when I yell at them.
Yeah.
All it's going to do is just frustrate you, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was supposed to coach T-ball this past summer, but then we ended up not doing it, obviously, with COVID.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad now.
Yeah. See, I mean, because I know how I grew up in sports, and I grew up with with having coaches that literally got banned in the 90s from coaching because of things they said to us. You know, I can only imagine they would probably be in jail if it was, you know, brought into this era what them coaches were saying to us and talking to us like. But, you know, not that I would be like that, but I mean, I would definitely like, quit playing in the dirt, get in your circle, what are you doing? You know,
That's all you do at that age too is playing dirt.
yeah. Oh my God, I scream at my kid all the time, if you touch that dirt again, I swear to God, we're gonna go home and we're not coming back to play baseball. There's dirt at the damn house you can play with. You're here to play baseball. Or he'll be out there playing around, goofing off. I'm like, we're not here to play. And my wife
Have fun.
So I'm definitely that dad, but yeah, it's fun. I don't know. We'll see. If he decides he wants to play basketball, I'll definitely coach. But he passed up on basketball this year for karate, so we'll see. He watching Power Rangers and Turtles and stuff and Mortal Kombat. Like, this kid literally thinks, like, I had to explain to him because I said, "Do you want to do karate?" He's like, "I don't need to go to karate." I'm like, "Why?" Because I already know all the moves. And I already have all the strong powers. I'm like,
strong powers.
yeah. I'm like, you little turd. Like, you're gonna say that to the wrong dude. I'm telling you, like, you're definitely going to karate because you think you can just go around here and beating people up, and that's what it's about.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that'll be exciting too. Then we'll be practicing baseball, running to karate. Definitely full force in the dad life now. You know how my parents felt. They had 4 of us running back and forth between basketball, baseball, football, and softball, and it's tough. It's tough. But
we'll enjoy it. It doesn't last very long, and then it gets to the point where they don't even want you there.
Yeah. I'm not looking. Yeah, I'm already looking back. Like, my wife all the time, she'll like pull up like, you know, we live in 2020, so we have the power of like Snapchat stories and Facebook stories and Instagram stories. So like every day she's showing me pictures and videos from like 4 years ago. And I'm like, stop showing me that. She's like, why? I'm like, because it makes me sad. Now stop showing me. I took those pictures and videos. I know what happened. That I don't want to look at it all the time. It makes me sad. Now you do what?
I like to look at it, man. It makes me happy to see. Like, to see
I mean, it does, but like it just kind of like, damn, man, like, how did time fly this fast? Like, it kind of just gives me that, like,
I know, brings you back.
Yeah, so
brings you back.
Definitely spend as much time as I can, you know, trying to enjoy it for sure, because it don't take long to realize how fast it goes, and you're like, Jesus, man. So then you start hoping that they're not mean to you like you were to your parents.
Right.
I'll go out there and I'm like, I just set up a chair, grab my drink, snack, whatever, to watch her and her friends play. And she's like, Dad, go back inside. We want to be by ourselves. And I'm like, dang, we're already at that age.
That's the big lesson. You realize not what your child is doing to you, but you see that and you realize, man, I treated my parents like crap when I was
Yes.
I was a terrible son.
Yep.
Yeah, I said some really, really mean things to my parents now that I think about it.
Oh yeah. I was definitely a dick.
Yeah, no, I've actually had those conversations with my parents. Like, hey, you know, I totally get why you were so angry back then. You know, like, I can totally understand. Like, I used to think that the anger came out of nowhere, right? But I now know that it was not out of nowhere.
No.
Right.
It all
your mom probably just came up with that toys on the roof thing last minute. She was in the front yard. These damn kids don't deserve anything. Throwing them up there. These badass kids. And then Christmas morning comes along and she's like, oh, okay, I got to come up with some story for these kids.
Uh-huh.
She sold Pandas. She sold Pandas Tmnt comics.
Oh, it was the comics and the toys. I had like 2 tubs worth of toys that she sold while I was at school, and they all were gone. Not only was it the TMNT toys, but it was the Ghostbusters, He-Man figures, it was G.I. Joes, it was everything. I remember I had a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and that was one of my favorite things playing growing up because it was huge. like you didn't have very big toys back then,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one that was gone. Most of my Power Rangers were gone. I had like one Zord from, I think it was the Saber-Tooth Tiger. I just had the left leg, and I was just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Oh, it was terrible.
And you
I-
still talk to your mom?
Yeah.
You still talk to her.
It's funny though, because I've got a better relationship with her now, in my 30s than I did when I was in my, teens and 20s. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Greg? Yeah, man. We've talked about everything, and now we are rounding out the night by talking about what dicks we were to our parents when we were kids, and that's pretty much where we're at now.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one thing I remember my mom did one time, and it was probably well deserved. I don't know. I don't remember now what I did. I think so. Me and my best friend at the time, Mike, and he jumps in the comments sometimes. We used to go to the skating ring, because that was like, when you're adult, you go to the club. When you're a kid, you go to the skating ring. That's where the girls are. And we had to leave early for some reason. She picked us up. Well, we were just going to sneak out the damn house and walk up there, which is probably like 6-7 miles away, but they were doing an all-night skate. And that was the week that Cleaning Out My Closet came out, the CD, Eminem.
Eminem.
And so I had it playing in my 5 CD changer boombox and had it playing a little loud. And she daggone came in there and told me to turn it down or something. I probably popped off, and that was like it. She friggin' reached over. She didn't even hit the button, dude. She just reached over and grabbed the disc changer and ripped it out. Grabbed my CD and got like 2 inches from my face and just to a million pieces. I was like, oh, whoa. I'm like, that just came out. I just got that. She bought it for me. So, like, what was I going to say?
Right.
It was hers.
Yeah. She bought me another one,
Your
but
parents spend on you until you're a parent. You're like, holy cow.
yeah. No.
Buying them a new toy like every week or every other week, and I'm buying them this and that, and getting them Happy Meals, getting them whatever snacks they want on the reg. Like, I spent a lot. I spent a lot of my parents' money as a kid.
It's really funny though, because that reminds me, my mom broke a CD in front of my face the same way. Like, not the same way, but I was a younger kid, and my sister was really into New Kids on the Block. Like, he was the really early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And so my mom went to Suncoast Video. I don't know if you guys know what Suncoast is, or it's an old video store that had CDs and stuff like that, and VHSs and stuff like that. And so she walked in and asked the guy, like, hey, I'm looking for a group. And she found this one. It had 5 Black Eyes on it. And so she brought it home, and it was NWA Straight Outta Compton. So my very first CD was NWA Straight Outta Compton. And I played that.
Raised right.
What's that?
I said, I knew you were raised right.
Oh, it didn't last long. The first song on there was F the Police. And I was just like, this is the best stuff ever.
Yeah, I've got a similar story, but it was 2 Live Crew.
Oh, Uncle Luke. I love 2 Live Crew. That's my
Luke Skywalker. Oh, that tape didn't last very long in my house at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I may have been beaten with it.
My parents always bought me the edited versions of everything.
Oh, me too.
And oddly enough, one of the girls in my youth group at church let me borrow her unedited version of the Marshall Mathers LP. And me and my dad are on our way home, and he's like, what is that? Did not approve of any of my music selections. And I was like, nothing. Put it in. Let's listen to it. It's like, hell no. And I was like, I'm not putting that in. He's like, put it in. So he literally grabs it, puts it in. I mean, like 2 seconds in, man, like 74 F-bombs. He didn't ask no questions. He didn't say a word. He pulled it out, put it back in the case, closed it, looked me dead in my eye, and flung it out the window. I was like, that shit wasn't mine. He's like, well, it ain't yours now.
You're damn right it's not yours.
I was like, dude, like, control yourself, father.
Oh man.
I don't remember what I ended up doing about that, but I was just like, dude, she just let me borrow this. Like, we ain't even been in the car 10 minutes and you sling it out the window. All right.
And you'll do something similar soon enough.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, Willennium. I loved Willennium, actually. That was a great album.
I actually did this, Greg. I swear if I'm a wife, but I pretty much dated every girl in every youth group I was ever part of. So I don't know. I was that guy.
Yep, playa.
I was that guy that the ladies in the church did not want their children around.
How many of them were the pastor's daughter?
That never happened. That never happened.
Nice.
Yeah, Will Smith, man. That was something like I could play. Like you never had to worry about that one getting you in trouble.
Right.
I actually just listened to his song Wild Wild West today. Just because
Oh yeah.
I love it. Cisco's in it. It's good. Pretty much any song that he does that's like a hit is good, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing like 90s music anymore. It's a shame.
I agree.
Whether it's the hardcore rap or it's, you know, the Will Smith movie soundtrack songs.
I mean, the era of bands in general is gone. I mean, when's the last time like a new band came out that was like a full band? Like, it's crazy, man. What's happened to music?
Everything's computers. There's no instruments anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's crazy. The first album I remember ever owning was Linkin Park's not Meteora, the Hybrid Theory. That was the first CD I ever owned in my life. And I mean, that is still probably in my top 10 favorite albums that I've ever owned. I mean, but I mean, yeah, there's literally like, I mean, in general, like you don't hear any rock hardly new stuff come out that people are just raving about.
Right.
I'm an old man. My first tape that I bought was Beastie Boys' "License to Ill."
All right, I can dig it.
I have that CD still.
Awesome. I bought it 3 times because I lost it every single time, and I was like, nope, gotta have it. It's got to be in my collection.
Yeah, that's a must-have. I think I was in 6th or 7th grade.
That's amazing.
See, I was the kid that grew up, and the majority of the music I listened to was like 80s stuff, and I'm talking like middle school. I didn't start listening to like more modern era stuff until closer to high school. But you know, my mom, she's only like 16 years older than me or something like that. So like her music tastes were still pretty cool to me. And like when I played basketball in middle school, I put together our warm-up mix. So we had Walk This Way with Run DMC. We had, I mean, like all the 80s and early 90s hip hop, like that was our warm-up mix for the basketball games. And everybody thought I was just like, you're so like, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, I mean, I still will crank freaking Run DMC and Beastie Boys and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, I've always enjoyed that era a lot more. And now more than ever, you know, well, you two guys know, like 90s music, like that is.
Oh man, that one day when you were blasting it, dude, that was amazing.
Like there's a station I have on my Pandora. It's just 90s alternative rock, man. And I just love that era, man. I love that stuff. And you're not going to get it anymore.
I know.
Not going to get it anymore.
You know,
And
I was that kid in high school, like, I was the weird kid, but I fit into like every group, so I floated here and there and stuff like that. But I definitely blew out the speakers of my mom's 1991 Honda Accord to Kiss by a Rose because I was blaring it as a senior in high school, going around the parking lot. and I blew out the speakers.
I remember you saying that when Dustin had his wild night of singing.
Yeah.
That. Didn't you guys got struck with the copyright, didn't you?
Yep.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I've always loved that song, man. I learned how to play it on guitar and everything. Absolutely. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I mean, I find myself now like going back and hearing things that I hated when it was coming out, that now I'm like, man, this is awesome. I wished I would have liked these guys. Like Green Day, I hated Green Day as a kid.
Green Day has good songs.
Really?
I hated Green Day as a kid. And now I'm like, geez, man, why did I hate on these guys so much? Like I missed out on being able to enjoy this when they were good, and or not when they were good, but like when they were like popular and putting music out. Like I missed out on all that. So yeah, I find myself doing that too.
Nirvana was mine the same way, because back when Nirvana was playing, I was listening to hip hop.
And that was my reasoning for not liking Green Day.
Yeah. So, and then I, listened to Nirvana and I loved it. And I was like, man, I blew it.
Yeah. I think you probably screwed up a lot worse than I did, because I don't think comparing Green Day and Nirvana, that's a stretch there, but
I don't know. Not by far. I don't want to downplay Nirvana or anything like that, but they're two different genres of music, really.
Yeah.
Green Day, you listen to that and you just feel good. When you listen to Nirvana, sometimes it's just adrenaline, fist shaking music. You need that music sometimes, but I enjoy both bands for sure.
Yeah, and like those two eras, like I feel like Green Day, like I swear to God, they've got to have more singles up on soundtracks for movies in that era than anything. I mean, literally, you cannot watch an American Pie movie to this day without a Green Day song on there. I mean, the sound, that was another thing, like the sound, like movie soundtracks. Like, when's the last time you had a great movie soundtrack come out? Like, come on, man. Like, what is going on in 2020?
Yeah. I mean, probably the most recent soundtrack that did anything or is even on my radar is probably Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, to your point, Dustin, I dare you to name another one.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar killed that Black Panther album.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so hard.
I think I'm going to head to sleep, guys.
I was just about to say, I seen one. Yeah, Metallica, that's another one. They're.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Like, as soon as I started listening to like the heavy rock, I started listening to even heavier rock, and then I went and saw like Hatebreed, and I saw like Cannibal Corpse.
You went right into it, didn't you?
You need to talk with Ryan, Comics and Death Metal, because he's into that too.
Slipknot was my jam. I cannot even begin to tell you like how much I love
Tool.
Slipknot. Yeah, Tool was a big one.
Yeah, Tool.
Tool was really cool.
Yeah, man, we're just now wrapping it up. We talked Turtles, and we talked Turtle movies. Then we looked at Turtle figures. Then we got on figures in general. Then we started talking about figures we had as our kids, and then we started talking about
being mean to our
that we got. Then we started talking about our kids, and now we're talking about music and the lack of it, and what it's doing to our society now, because we do not have great bands going on.
Mm-hmm.
And this has just turned into a big hodgepodge of everything, but we're about to definitely wrap her up and hit the sack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we covered it all tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely hit everything. So I've been up since 4 a.m. It is now 12:20. I think I'm going to hit the sack. I'm going to start working on building a bar leaner tomorrow for a new setup. So see how that goes. But you guys got anything going on you want to holler out?
Not really. Oh, okay. So that's how that feels. I got probably a live stream tomorrow. Going to be reacting and watching season 2, episode 2 of The Mandalorian. Going to be dropping my top 10 comics to invest in for November. And I got a big mass of comics that I need to clean up, so I'm gonna do a video on that too. So
Right on. I did want to acknowledge real quick. That one was pretty decent. That one was pretty decent. If you didn't like All Star and you didn't like it in Shrek, then there was something wrong with you. That song changed the world. Smash Mouth changed the world.
But for the better, I'm not entirely convinced.
You're an old guy, all right? You don't count.
Damn kids in your rock and roll hip hop musics.
Smash Mouth and Bare Naked Ladies.
And I agree with this for Who Dat for sure, man, for sure.
Yeah.
What more do you want out of Tupac? He released like 3 or 4 albums after he died.
Yeah, after he died.
What do you got going on?
Oh, I've got nothing going on. On Sunday, actually, I'm going to be doing a mail call and hangout, and I'm actually going to be doing it live with Austin because I actually have something in the mail from Austin, and so we're just going to shoot the breeze on that one. Then I've got a mystery box video that I'm going to be dropping on Tuesday, and then Thursday we've got that Thursday night chat. So,
Boom.
looking forward to all this.
Right on. Real quick, let me just do this because I don't want to make anyone feel left out, and this definitely deserves to happen. So real quick, we're just going to do all this. So we even got to spotlight my dude Greg there. So there you go, brother. Got to make sure that them Golden Age tier members and creator tiers get theirs too.
Oh man, yes.
You're doing it right.
Do I?
I said you're doing it right.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
You got anything coming up, Austin? I know you're all over the place all the time, streaming and live videos and edits and.
Yeah, you guys are the big bands. I'm just the roadie. But yeah, definitely check out Panda's channel on Sunday afternoon. It's going to be pretty exciting. I'm hoping that he really enjoys what I sent him.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. And Who Dat, we just talked about that, bro. Have you seen what it's going for raw? $124. I literally told a guy this week on Facebook he lost his mind for asking 80, and then he corrected me by showing me eBay sales. Blew my mind. So I will be waiting even longer to grab that issue. But thanks for hanging out, guys. It was a good time. Great way to start the weekend off. No Babble-on tomorrow night, guys. I'm so sorry, but it's just not going to work out this week. So hopefully that'll keep you guys impatient enough that you'll be all just come in droves next Saturday. So you guys take it easy. Hit the like button on your way out if you haven't done it already. If you're watching on the replay and you're still here, then that goes for you too. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, what's wrong with you? You just have to press the button. It helps us out. And if you don't want us popping up in your live streams, you can just edit it to where it doesn't show up. So just press the button. It's not hard.
I did.
It took him a while, but he did it. All right, everybody have a good night. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.